Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault. And you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
You will bring
relevant.
jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on Caleb. Dati mihi Anglican, boys, verbis Latino.
That's literally not true.
I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Is that correct?
Oh, for Trump's sake.
All right, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. Good to have you here this Wednesday afternoon, hump day. We only do the L one time, so. All right, let's turn it down just a little bit as we get ready to turn it up in the courtroom, which is coming quite quickly, so hold tight. Kim R., congratulations, you're first in chat this afternoon. Everything IP-related worldwide is your responsibility. Good riddance. Thank you. All right. How's your lunch? Mine might involve Tic Tacs. No, I had leftovers. It was like an angel hair Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, which is appropriate for this trial. So it was good. Any spice? A little bit. Started to get warmed up in there, especially the female defense attorney. Anytime she's in play, she's bringing the heat. So let's jump now to court, where we're waiting for the judge to return after the lunch break. We'll have a new witness here in a little bit. You watched the Alaska prosecution closing. That's all that's happened so far. I think they're on lunch break right now. Prosecution's closed, waiting for the defense to close up there in Alaska. It's just showing us the live stream standby up there. So that's over on Top Mark Media if you want to catch that. But it was a juicy close. No one covers up self-harm. No one covers up an accident. Criminals cover up crimes. That was some good lines in there. Angel hair chicken Alfredo. Need that recipe. Basically, just dump some angel hair noodles in the water and cook them until they are all how you like them. Then you dump the Alfredo sauce in, and then she cooked some chicken earlier. It was really good. I'll see if I can get it for you. I know she has one. Please fix the buffering. Yeah. You know why YouTube buffers? Can I just give them just a little bit of a pass really quickly? Every minute, YouTube ingests over 500 hours of video. Just let that sink in. Every minute, YouTube ingests over 500 hours of video. 720,000 hours of video every day. That's like, what, 8.6 years worth of, I don't know, I have to do the math. Maybe I lost a zero there. It's a long time. It's a lot of video every single minute that's coming in. So, and let's see, they have like a quarter of the world that checks into YouTube on a daily basis. So they're doing some great stuff. I don't think I could pull off what they're doing. It's pretty impressive. All right, here's the weather near Houston. Says Mama Bear of 1. Texas, Houston, Texas. 90. In case you didn't know, that's where Houston is in Texas. 92 degrees, but feels like 104 until at least 5 p.m. Then slowly getting down to the mid 90s overnight, and back up and feeling like the hundreds tomorrow. Fun times. There you go. Humidity. Yeah, you probably got that as well. New cables could fix YouTube. I was rounding up all the stuff I'm taking to my TED Talk tonight, and it's a lot. So I'm really hoping they come with a verdict quickly in the Alaska trial, because I'm taking most of the equipment that we're broadcasting it on. So there's that. Let's see. Kim says, see my comment. The food truck here at the office is making a combination I created after me. Wow. You designed something, and it's becoming popular. That's awesome. Are you giving a TED Talk tonight? Or are we going to get the video of it? It's not a real TED Talk, so don't sue me, TED Talks. It's a YouTube talk from my personal experience to a bunch of utes, some bras. I'm supposed to say bruh. Bunch of bras that are, is that how you say that? Or you say bruh to somebody. Is somebody a bruh? Anyway, a bunch of teenagers that are curious about YouTube and how it works from a content creator standpoint and how it works for a monetized content creator specifically. So don't say bro, just bruh or cuh. Man, we're getting lazy. You were too old to say bruh. This was my advice. I asked, how can I connect with these guys? How do I speak on their level? And I'll have to say, like, I can't say legit, right? Because that's like old. It's 90s. So I have to say no cap. I've got to say no cap. If they don't believe me, I'll be like, no cap, right? So I'm picking up the vernacular. All right. Alaska's back, continuing. But we're about to come back here in Tennessee as well. So you could just be you. I'll just be you. What do you mean getting lazy? I love this. Shelly Beans, that's funny. Or bet. I probably just need to know what they're saying to me, and then I'll speak in regular English back to them. Tell them you're an unk. Cody, is that a complimentary thing or an uncle? Because I'm a grandpa. I'm not technically, like I am. Vivian, thank you for the flow state. Appreciate that. I'll do 6, 7 a lot. Yeah, that'll win them over. Use the term grody as much as possible. Unk is good. Pretend you're talking to your son. My son and I converse at an adult level in full sentences. And big words. All right, we'll figure it out. No, these are good. These are good guys. I've done some stuff with them, this group before, so a lot of fun.
I don't like podiums, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, if you're ready, I'm ready. You're actually 5 minutes late. So explain that one. You'll never guess what showed up in the mail today. The other bag of Tic Tacs. I now have 2,000 of them, which is, according to my kids, a 2-day supply. So there you go. Have a link that you might find helpful. How can I, Laura? It's a link to modern language, understanding teen speak. You can text it to the burner phone or email it to MD Recovery Addict. This bar sucks anyways. This bar does suck. mdrecoveryaddict@gmail.com. Urban Diction.
Judge, yesterday defense counsel wanted to ask a witness, or I guess she brought up in cross about the message that was sent to a Lauren about Adderall.
That was not Jay, it wasn't Lauren.
Okay, well,
I don't know anything about it.
this witness has no connection to Adderall. I just wanted to make sure that this Lauren is not associated with any text message about Adderall.
Well, Ms. Hollins has already said she doesn't think that text message is relevant to inquire with Ms. Jackson anyway. If that's who you're talking about. Sure, she said.
Oh, Laura, send it to me for sure. I'd love to see that. Was it at NAB? I need to get to NAB one of these times.
Weber.
Yes, Your Honor.
Steve Cutler.
A little noisy in here. A few more people coming in.
All right, you'll step up and raise your right hand.
Do you swear the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, so help you God?
Good afternoon, Ms. Weber. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Lauren Weber,
And can you spell your last name for the court reporter?
Weber.
And Ms. Weber, do you live in the Nashville area?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived here?
My whole life.
And at some point, did you meet Miss Jade Tristan Benning?
I did.
When was it that you first met Jade Benning?
We were friends roughly a little over a year. She moved to Nashville and ended up working for my brother's restaurant, and we became fast friends.
And what restaurant was your brother's?
Ernest Barn Hideaway.
And was your brother a single owner, or did he have a co-owner?
He had a co-owner.
And who was that co-owner?
It was actually Jade's uncle, Jay, excuse me.
And when did you first start working at Ernest Hideaway?
I began working there, I want to say it was 2023, roughly. I was there for about 3.5 years. I'm not sure the exact date.
Were you there before Jade started working there?
Yes.
Okay. And did Jade start working there in 2022?
Yes.
Okay. So you would have been working there in 2022 at least?
Yes, that's correct, sorry.
And what was your position at the restaurant?
I was the assistant general manager.
How much time would you say that you spent with Jade Benning on a weekly basis?
We spent a lot of time together at work. After work, we would go get food together, so we spent a lot of time together throughout the week.
Did you guys ever actually travel together?
We did.
How many trips did you go on with Jade?
We took one trip.
And can you describe what was Jade's position at the restaurant?
She was a chef in the kitchen.
And about how many people worked at the restaurant?
I would say roughly 20 to 25 people.
And can you describe Jade's kind of demeanor within the restaurant and the other employees? Was she well liked, or what was your perception?
She was definitely well liked by everyone. She was someone that could sense if you were having a rough day. She would make you smile, and we would do the same for her. She was just a light. Everyone truly loved Jade.
Did she confide in you personal things that had nothing to do with work?
She would. Sometimes also about work, but yes.
And at any point, did you learn that Jade had met Blaise Taylor?
Yes.
And do you recall, when did you first learn about that?
It was in the winter months. She had just mentioned him to me, and then eventually I did meet him.
Do you remember exactly when you met him?
Not the exact date, no.
Can you describe that encounter?
We had gone to a bar that was downtown. It was raining outside. We went up to the bar and I met him, and it was not much communication. It was just more of a nice to meet you, and then kind of didn't have much other conversation.
And did you see him with Jade again after that?
No.
At some point, did you learn that Jade had become pregnant?
Yes, ma'am.
And how did you learn about that?
Jade called me and she told me.
And do you Do you know how long Jade had known she was pregnant?
She called me as soon as she found out. So she hadn't been very long.
And I want to ask a couple of questions about before that day. So before the day that she found out she was pregnant, did you know Jade to drink alcohol?
Occasionally, yes.
Did you know her to ever get drunk?
Occasionally, yes.
Is she someone that you knew to drink every day excessively?
Absolutely not.
Did you know her to do any other types of substances?
Yes.
And what did you know her to do?
Smoke marijuana.
Did you know her to do cocaine ever?
No.
Are you sure about that?
100% sure.
And can you describe, after that day that she told you she was pregnant, did Jade's behavior change in any way?
It did.
Did you ever see her drink again?
I did not.
Did you ever see her or even hear about her smoking marijuana again?
No, ma'am.
And did you have any knowledge of if Jade would connect people with someone to get drugs for them, but not for herself?
Yes.
And was that other people in the restaurant?
Yes.
Can you describe kind of those weeks after she found out she was pregnant? Obviously, the day of might have been shocking, but can you describe her demeanor kind of in those next few weeks in November?
She just knew what was ahead of her, and she was turned over. She was positive. She was going home after work. She was getting her apartment ready. She just wanted to be a mom, and she was ready to be a mom, and was still the amazing person that she's always been. But she definitely, I'll see you later, I'm not going anywhere with you guys. Like, she didn't do anything that she shouldn't have been doing while she was pregnant.
And did you ever go to her apartment that she was living in kind of at the end of 2022?
Yes.
And did you ever go to the new apartment that she moved to in 2023?
Once, yes.
And did you talk to her about the things that she was doing to plan for the baby?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you describe, after she told you she was pregnant, did you hear her talk about Blaise Taylor or see him in that kind of November, December timeframe?
Yes, she let me know that she was going to talk with him and let him know that she was pregnant, and pretty much all that I was ever really told in regards to it, because it just kind of, nothing much else was said.
Did you know whether or not he was involved with Jade in the pregnancy?
Yes.
And what did you know about that?
I knew that they had been together, and of course Jade confided in me, so I knew that they had to have sex. So,
which I guess I'm asking, after she found out she was pregnant and you said she went and talked to him, did he continue to be involved with Jade after that?
Yes, yes.
And what do you know about the contact that they had after kind of the beginning of November into December?
I just knew that they were in communication, but I didn't know the depth of what the communication was. I just knew that they were still contacting each other.
Okay. At some point, did you think that he was going to be there raising the baby with her, or what did you think was the plan based off of talking to her?
I knew that's what she was hoping for, but I didn't know what was to come.
Okay. And then, do you recall anything happening kind of the beginning of the year? January, February? Did everything seem to stay the same to you?
Yes. Yeah.
And specifically, drawing your attention to that February 25th, 2023, do you remember that day?
I do.
And did you see Jade that day?
I did.
Can you describe that day to me?
That day I was at work. I was there in the morning, and Jade was there as well. We had a private event that night, and I was just doing what I normally do during the day at work, and Jade told me that she was leaving, She had the night off, and of course I was wondering how, because we had an event. And she told me that she had plans to go home and cook dinner and do some type of painting with Blaise, and Nigeria was there as well. And she just told me that she loved me and she'd see me later. And we went into the event.
I'm going to object to the hearsay.
What's your objection?
Hearsay.
Is this statement going to be heard?
I think her state of mind is relevant, Your Honor.
Is that 803 then existing mental state of mind? You care to be heard on that?
I do, Your Honor. Are we talking about the existing state of mind of Jade?
That yes.
The unavailable witness?
That's what I understood your objection was. That she plans to eat and paint with Blaise.
I don't know that. Well, you know what? You're right. Thank you. I withdraw my objection.
Go ahead.
We're still counting it though.
Could you continue your answer?
Yes. So,
You said that she was leaving.
Thank you.
She told you that she loved you and gave you a hug. Is that right?
yes, ma'am. Yes. So then the night went on, and I was busy at work, so I didn't really talk to her once we got into things. But I knew what her plans were for the evening, and I just hoped that she was having fun, and I'd hope to see her the next day so she could tell me about it.
And her mood that day, was it, I guess, normal to you?
It was normal, yes. She was happy that something was planned, for them to do together. So she was a little bit happier than normal, yeah.
So happier than normal.
Yeah.
And can you describe what happened that night after Jade left and you were at the restaurant working?
Some hours went by, of course, and then I just noticed that one of the owners, Jay, was not around anymore, so I kind of felt like something was going on.
And is that
Jay
Jade's
is
uncle?
Yes, that's correct. So I just kind of had that gut feeling that something had happened. So I spoke with him, and he let me know that there was an incident, and I just asked what I could do, what I needed to do, and things went from there.
And can you describe what you mean by that, if things went from there?
I was panicking, obviously. I called her mom and asked her what I needed to do, and she asked me to go by Jade's apartment because it was left unlocked. So I went there and went inside, got her keys off of the counter, blew out a candle in her room, took pictures, and left. And then went to the hospital just waiting to see what was going on because we had no idea at that point.
And when you referred to Jade's mom, were you referring to her mom, Bridget, or her stepmom, Andrea?
I spoke to Bridget, and then I gave the keys to her stepmom, Andrea.
And I guess, so you went to the apartment. When you got to the apartment, was it locked?
No, ma'am.
And when you entered, can you describe, what did you see? Did it look normal to you, or what did you think when you got there?
Things looked as they would if you were painting and cooking. There was paintings on the table. There was still food sitting out. But something just seemed off to me. It just didn't smell like food was freshly cooked. So it just kind of put, my brain was telling me, just get the keys. You need to leave. It just didn't make me feel right being in there.
What did it smell like if it didn't smell like food?
It just smelled like it was clean. And normally if someone cooks, you smell the food for at least a couple of days. At least I do when I cook. But yeah, it just didn't smell. It smelled like it was cleaner than it should have been with food just recently being prepared.
And you said that you blew out a candle.
Yes, ma'am.
Where was that candle?
It was on her nightstand, right next to her comforter.
And did you touch anything other than her keys?
I did not.
And you said that you took pictures, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to ask if the witness needed to photograph.
No objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Weber, do you recognize the two photographs that were handed to you?
I do.
And are those the two photographs that you took of Jake Benning's apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you take those?
Something in my heart told me I needed to. I just took them, and I don't know why I did it. Just something in my instinct told me I needed to do that.
All right, this time I would ask that those two photographs be entered as the next numbered exhibit, 13A and B, and then 5A publish those to the jury.
Okay, yeah, this was. All right, 13, A and B.
Ms. Weber, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
And is that photograph one of the photographs that you took in
Yes.
Jake Benning's apartment?
Yes.
And kind of this view, would you be standing with your back to the stove, kind of looking towards the front door?
That.
There's a
The-
monitor right in front of you. I don't know if you can see it better on that.
Yes. The door is more towards this side, so I was actually kind of like at an angle. So the living room would have been more towards my back, I believe. So yes.
And the next one, which is 13B, can you describe what's shown here?
That is the other side of her island, the other painting that was there.
And you said you took both of these photographs. Does this image actually have the date and time that you took the photographs?
It does.
And if you can just read out for the record what
Sure.
date and time that is.
February 25th, 2023, 11:29 p.m.
And Ms. Weber, you said that you got her keys. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you get just her keys, or did you get a purse and a wallet, or what did you get?
It was just her keys. They did have like a little Louis Vuitton thing on it that she had like money and stuff in, but it wasn't a full purse or wallet.
Would that have been where her identification was?
I believe so, yes.
And so you took that one item off the counter and did not touch anything else other than blowing out a candle?
That is correct.
Did you lock the apartment when you left?
We did.
And then where did you go after that?
We drove to the hospital.
And when you got to the hospital, who was there?
Nigea, Andrea, who is Jade's stepmom, Blaise, and my friend Natalie was with me. And that's pretty much all who I remember remotely in front of me at that time.
Did Natalie go to the apartment with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And was she there with you, were you all together the entire time?
We were.
And did she touch anything?
She did not.
Can you describe, had you ever met Nigea Jackson before?
Yes.
And when you saw her at the hospital, can you describe her demeanor?
Distraught, upset, just, yeah, sad, confused.
And you said that you had met Blaise Taylor once before, is that
Yes.
correct?
Uh-huh.
When you saw him at the hospital, can you describe his demeanor?
Facing away from us, no emotion.
Did he speak to you?
No.
And kind of going back prior to that specific day, did you know of any plans that Jade Benning was making related to her baby?
She was planning her baby shower. I was planning her baby shower. She was getting things together to put a nursery together. She was planning to be a mom.
And were you familiar with Jade's birthday?
Yes.
Did it have significance to you?
Yes.
And why is that?
It's 3 days after mine.
And did y'all have any plans for birthdays?
We would actually, we would celebrate them together.
Did y'all have plans to celebrate them together that year in 2023?
Yes.
And after that February 25th, 2023, did you go to the hospital multiple times between that date and March 6th of 2023?
I did.
And was Miss Jackson there when you went to the hospital?
She was, yeah.
Do you have any reason to believe that Miss Jackson would harm Jade Finney?
Not at all.
Thank you, Ms. Weber. I don't have anything else.
Let's see Stacy Exhibit 1, as well as Exhibit 10 and, oh, I'm sorry, 13. Ms. Weber, hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. My name is Letitia Quinones Hollins. I'll be asking you a few questions. If at any time you don't understand something, please let me know, okay?
Okay.
I want to talk with you a little bit, particularly about Mr. Taylor. You stated that you did, in fact, meet him prior to, I guess, 225 in the hospital. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many times would you say that that was?
Once.
Okay, and where were you guys when you met?
It was, I forgot the name of it. It was a bar downtown.
Okay, you forgot the name?
And it's in the W.
Okay, and how long were you around him that night?
Probably under an hour.
Okay, and did you speak with him?
Yes.
And was there anything odd about him that you found in your interchange with him that caused you any concern?
There wasn't much conversation. It was just very high, and that's kind of all that was said between us. There wasn't any getting to know each other.
Okay. And would you tell us or tell the jury about when that was?
Again, I'm not sure of the exact date, but it was cold, and I remember it was pouring down rain outside.
Okay. Do you remember on that day that Jade sent you a video?
On the day that I met Blaise?
When it was raining downtown?
She did.
Okay. And in that video, it was a video of her and Blaise, was it not?
Yes.
And it was a video of them walking in the rain together?
That's correct.
And when she looked back and gave him a big kiss, do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but I do remember the video being in the rain, and they were walking to meet me.
And would that be, I guess because it was cold, I would assume that it's during the winter time?
Yes, ma'am.
So would that have been the end of 22, would have been the beginning of 23?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. Because there's testimony that they didn't reunite until January 1st of 23. During the winter time, then that would be consistent with that, would it not?
Yes.
Then I want to draw your attention to, you stated that all that you knew that Jade was involved in was marijuana, is that right?
That's correct.
Do you ever recall her texting you about mushrooms?
Yes.
So she was involved with more than just marijuana?
Yes.
You're
That
not
was a yes.
testifying to this jury that you know every single thing about Jade, are you?
Yeah, that's correct.
Fair enough. Now, let's take you to 225. You stated that you were in contact with Jade that day and she informed you about what was going on. Is that right? With the dinner night, date night?
Yes.
Now, to be clear before I go there, when is your birthday?
March 3rd,
Okay. And when is Miss Benning's birthday?
March 6th.
And you guys were planning your birthday together?
Yes, ma'am.
So I was looking through your text messages between the two of you around that time, and I don't see anything regarding planning a party together. Did you not text about it?
We spoke in person about it.
But you guys text almost every day, right?
Yes.
About everything?
Not about everything.
Okay, you guys text about the date night, right?
That's correct.
Text about hanging out together, right?
That's correct.
What you're gonna eat for dinner, right?
Usually lunch, but yes.
Lunch, okay. Helping Julia out.
Objection, Your Honor, to the relevance.
Okay, they text a lot, so what's your question?
But yet, there's nothing in these text messages about the two of you planning your birthday together.
That's correct. We spoke about it in person.
Okay. Now, taking you to
Objects on
225,
relevance.
she tells you about the date night, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that she's going to cook for him.
That is correct.
And as far as you know, did you get to speak with Nigella that day?
Later on that evening, yes.
Okay, that evening. And there was nothing that Ms. Jackson shared with you that would lead you to believe that Jade did not cook dinner that night. Is that right?
That's correct.
In fact, you would have learned from Ms. Jackson that she did in fact cook that night. Right?
Can you repeat the question?
Yes, ma'am. You would have learned from Ms. Jackson that she being Jade, did in fact cook that night.
Yes, I knew that prior, so yes.
Okay. But you testified that it appeared or it didn't smell like food, right?
Yes.
Did you ever speak with any detectives or police officers that evening?
I did.
Okay. Which ones did you speak to, if you remember?
I could not tell you their names, but I did speak with them at the hospital.
How many did you speak with?
I believe it was 2.
Okay. Did you tell either one of those detectives that when you went into that apartment, you did not smell food?
Yes.
Okay. Which one did you tell? The first one or the second one?
They were sitting next to each other, so I'm not sure which one, but I was speaking to them at the same time.
Okay. So the 2 detectives that you spoke with at the same time, you told them that when you went in that apartment, you did not smell food.
That is correct.
And did you tell them that it smelled like someone had cleaned up?
Yes, it smelled like it was clean. Yes, that's correct.
And when you say it smelled like it was clean, what does that smell like?
That it's been cleaned. Like the cleaning products, normally if you're cooking, I would smell food.
Right.
So it didn't have that smell when you first walk in that food was just previously made. It smelled like it had been cleaned.
Are you telling us that it smelled like Lysol?
It smelled like a cleaning product. I'm not sure which one, but it smelled like a cleaning product.
Something like Lysol?
A cleaning product.
And it's your testimony you did in fact share that with the detectives that day?
To my knowledge, yes.
To your knowledge?
Yes.
What does that mean?
From what I remember, yes, that's the conversation that we had.
Well, could it be that, are you now saying you couldn't, maybe you didn't say that?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You stated that you went there to pick up what?
I went there to lock her apartment, so I had to get the keys off of the counter.
Where exactly did you find the keys?
They were sitting on the counter in her kitchen.
And what else did you go to pick up?
Just the keys.
Okay. Did you go to pick up anything else?
Just the keys.
And who asked you to go pick up those keys?
Jade's mom, Bridget.
And during that time, were you aware of Ms. Jackson's allegations against Blaise?
No.
So when you went to the apartment, as your testimony, you didn't know anything about the allegations Ms. Jackson was making against Blaise?
No.
Okay. And what time did you speak with Ms. Burks? That's that's Jade's mother, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. What time did you speak with Ms.?
It was probably 30 to 45 minutes prior to me taking those pictures.
So around, I see here.
10:45.
I'm sorry.
Roughly around 10:45.
10:45. And when you spoke with Ms. Burks, she didn't share with you the allegations that Najee had made?
The only thing, no.
She did not. Okay. When you went in, you said that you were careful not to touch anything else.
That's correct.
Why not?
I knew that if something had happened with Jade, still at the point of not knowing, I knew that I should do only what her mom had asked of me, which was to get her keys and lock her apartment.
But if at this time you had not heard about any allegations by Najee, why would you feel that it was important to go into one of your very best friend's house and be careful not to touch anything?
Because that's not my apartment. I would respect hers just as she would respect mine. So I went in and got what I was supposed to do out of the respect for her family and left.
And so then why would you feel that it was odd that it was clean? Did you realize that she had cooked at 7 o'clock earlier that evening?
I knew that she had cooked, but I knew we went in there and it just didn't seem right to me. And our minds were on knowing something had happened to Jade. And at that point, we did not know what.
Okay. And then if you were there just to go into the kitchen counter, and can I get you, well, if I could use the...
It's up.
Is this the kitchen counter you're referring to, found in State's Exhibit 13A?
That is the kitchen island. That is not where her keys were.
Okay, so her keys were in the kitchen, but not here.
Right, because that's the island. It was on the counter.
Okay. And did you, at that time, but it would have been in the kitchen, though?
Yes.
Okay. And would it have been adjacent to that counter?
It would have been next to her stove, which was by the door, so yes.
About how many feet would you say that that counter was from that island?
A foot or two.
So, if it was your intention to respect her apartment and not touch anything that doesn't belong to you, why would you go into her bedroom?
I could see directly into it from the kitchen, and I saw a candle burning next to a comforter, so I would wish someone would blow that out for me if I wasn't there.
Okay. And so did you not smell the candle?
No, it was in her bedroom, and it was a red candle, so I...
And so it's 11:29 p.m. And if hypothetically that she would have left her apartment around 10 o'clock, it would have been burning at the very least for over an hour and a half. You didn't smell the candle?
That's not what I first smelled, no.
And you went in, you blew out the candle, and then you left.
That's correct.
And locked the doors.
Yes, ma'am.
Without touching anything else.
Yes, ma'am.
But you knew when you left there something wasn't right and it smelled clean, correct?
That is correct.
So when you got to the hospital and you saw the police officers, did you go up to them immediately and say, I just left that apartment and something isn't right? Did you do that?
That's not what I immediately did. I got there and I gave the keys to her stepmommy, Andrea, and then we were trying to figure out what was going on.
But you had had just left your very good friend's house and something in your mind was telling you something nefarious is going on, there's a police officer standing right there. Why wouldn't you go talk to them and tell them that you found something odd?
I wanted her family to be able to speak with them first and get the information. I was there until I was told something.
Okay, well did you, then surely then when you got there and spoke with her family, you told them that, right?
I told them what, I'm sorry?
That something nefarious was going on that you felt because the apartment smelled too clean.
I told them that something didn't feel right. That's what I've told them.
Did you share with them that something that didn't feel right was it was too clean?
Yes.
And who did you tell that to?
I told that to, I don't remember exactly who, but I want to say it was Andrea, maybe?
Andrea Browning?
Yes.
Okay. And if you didn't tell Andrea Browning, who would you tell?
Eventually, when I spoke with the detectives, I would tell them.
You never told Miss Birch, the one who asked you to go over there in the first place?
She was aware as well.
So you did tell her too?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you told Miss Browning and you told Miss Birch, certainly that's something that they would have shared with the police, right?
Yes.
When you were at the hospital, you stated that Blaise, I'm sorry, when you came in, he had his back to you guys, right?
That's correct.
And not being bothered with you. Is that what it appeared like?
He just wasn't speaking. He was sitting away from us with his back. We would come in and his back was to us.
Okay. Did you go and speak to him?
No.
And I'm curious, Ms. Weber, if he was away from you with his back to you, how could you tell what his demeanor was?
Body language, and he turned around.
Oh, so he did turn around.
He turned around and looked, but there was no communication between us.
So you're saying you were able to tell his demeanor when for the majority of the time, his back was to you, but then he just kind of turned around and looked at you, and then from there you're able to ascertain what his demeanor is?
Yes.
Did you learn that out of everyone that was aware of what was going on with the medical episode, which would have been Nigeria, did you learn that?
Did I learn? I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Did you learn that Ms. Jackson was aware of the medical episode as it was going on?
Once we got to the hospital and got further into speaking, I was made aware of that after the fact, but not during.
Okay, fair enough. Were you made aware afterwards that Mr. Keontae Jones was part of that conversation with Jay?
No.
No one told you that?
I don't know that name, I'm sorry.
Would you be surprised to know that the only person who called 911 in reference to Jay's medical episode was Blaise? Did you know that?
Yes.
You didn't find that odd?
I mean, there was a lot odd that evening, but no, I mean.
Your Honor, may I ask that the witness be passed State's Exhibit 13A, B, and 1A?
You can put them up before you want to ask them.
Fair enough. Take a look at State's Exhibit 13A. That's your screenshot, or is it a screenshot or a photo?
It's a screenshot of a photo.
Okay. And where's the original photo?
You're looking at it. I had to take a screenshot so the date would show.
Oh, very good. And that's my point. Your date is showing there, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you wanted them to know, when I say them, the police officers, this is what time this photo was taken, because I want you to know that I was there and I was there at this time, correct?
When you take a photo, the date and time automatically appear, so that wasn't my intentions at that time. I came back to that when I was asked for any information that I had from that evening.
Well, I'm only stating that because you just said that you wanted the date to show.
That's with the screenshot, yes. Yes.
And that's why you took the screenshot.
Yes, but that was way after that evening. But yes, you're correct.
Okay, very good.
That also happens to be a live photo, so it can
Take a look at State's Exhibit 1A.
capture
and
about a
1B.
second of action there, and audio.
There is no time or date taken there, is there?
No, that's not a picture I took.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just asking. There is no date or time in this photo, is it?
There is not.
Whoever took this photo didn't feel the same way you felt in regards to being important as to what date and time this photo was taken. Neither is a date and time on that photo, is there?
That's multiple questions. What are you asking?
Yeah, what do you?
I'll ask again.
I'm
State's
going to
Exhibit.
object to Ms. Collins referring to this as a photo. It's a screen capture from the
Video.
Oh,
That was the witness testimony. It is not a photo.
oh, very good. The screen capture from this video doesn't show a date or time.
Objection.
It wouldn't.
24.
Okay. Yours didn't either, but you took a screenshot so that it would, right?
Once I was asked for the photo, yes, that is correct.
Now, when you said that Blaise turned around and you were able to ascertain his demeanor from him turning around, what did he look like?
Guilty.
Just
Sorry.
sitting there, no emotion, no happy, no sad, no, just there.
Did he make a face at you?
No, it's just a normal face, just with no emotion behind it,
Just a blank face.
pretty much.
Were you aware that the entire time he was in the hospital, he had a mask on?
No,
You weren't aware of that?
no.
It would be hard for you to be able to ascertain what his face looks like or demeanor if he had a mask on, wouldn't it?
If he had a mask on, yes, that's correct.
So if he did have a mask on, you'll agree it would be difficult for you to do that.
If he had a mask on, yes.
Thank you, I pass the witness.
You have a mask on
No.
when you saw him.
No.
Do you know what time you saw him?
Not to the very minute, but it would have been shortly after the time of me taking that photo and going to the hospital.
So within an hour?
Possibly, yes. Yeah, it's within an hour.
So around 12:30?
Yes.
So if we have a photo of Blaise around 12:30, he shouldn't have a mask on according to your testimony.
From what I remember now.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Wow. Do you have a photo of Blaise at 12:30? Showing no mask?
I don't have anything else, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, thank you, ma'am. We'll step, yes. Who's the next witness?
Deputy Franklin.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and help you God.
This way.
Now, could you please tell us your name and spell your first and last name for the report?
My name is Stephanie Franklin, StephanieE. Franklin, Franklin.
Ms. Franklin, did Did you know Jade Tristan Benning during her lifetime?
Yes, sir.
When did you first meet her or come to know her?
I met Jade when I learned that my daughter and she were in the same dance class when they were around 4 or 5 years old. And they clicked, and I met Jade's mother at that same time.
And where was that with respect to at least city and state?
In Little Rock, Arkansas.
And what was your daughter's name?
My daughter's name is Lindsay Jones. Well, Wallace now. She's married.
So initially, your daughter Lindsay and Jade were 4 or 5 years old. Dance class.
Yes, sir.
Repeat your answer.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
And you met, I believe you said, Jade's mother.
Yes.
At that time. And so were they living in Little Rock?
Yes, sir.
On how many occasions, and we're talking about during this age group, and I'll ask as they get older, but at this time, at that age, 4 or 5 years old, how often would you see little Jade Benning?
The beginning, it only took a few weeks, but for it to grow into a almost every day or every other day interaction.
And did your daughter and Jade go to preschool together?
No, sir.
Now, as they got a little older, did they maintain their friendship?
Yes. They ended up going to the same middle school and celebrating birthdays, special events. We were with each other all the time.
And did you establish and maintain a friendship or relationship with Jade's mother?
Yes, sir.
And what was that interaction like with respect to, like, how many times would you see Jade as a young child?
All the time. Special events, birthdays, weekly outings, dinner dates. There were standing dinner dates on specific nights. I mean, it was a regular. She was like a second child to me.
On occasion, do sleepovers at your house?
Sleepovers at my house, or
How about your daughter?
my child over at her house or her grandparents' house even.
As they got even older, into the teenage years, what was the relationship like at that point?
All through middle school, leading up to teenage years, we all were at the same school. I actually taught at the school where they attended. So they were with me all the time, before school, lunch, after school, when there was a problem. I was kind of like their school mom. And of course, my daughter was there too. And then after their middle school years, they decided to go to 2 different high schools in Little Rock due to their choices of what they were interested in. My daughter went to an arts magnet, and Jay chose to go to Central. So while they were not in the same school, we still attended games, ball games to see or cheer, competitions, dance recitals, special events. We still went out to dinner. We still hung out, all those things.
You say competitions and cheers. What sort of cheer?
My daughter and Jade were both cheerleaders.
At their respective high schools?
At middle school, and then continued on to at their respective high schools.
Mrs. R.E. was a cheerleader too.
And with respect to any other competitions, activities that you knew Jade to be involved in?
I mean, she would come support my daughter because my daughter was a dancer also and had dance recitals, and so she would come and watch and support. We had regular sleepovers still from time to time as they got older.
Now, did they both, to your knowledge, stay in dance all the way up through elementary school, middle school, and
Yes, sir.
high school?
My daughter cheered the whole time. Jade cheered the whole time. Jade was actually captain at Central High School of the cheer squad.
And don't want to get too deep in the weeds about this, but Little Rock High School, how big a school is that?
3,000 to 4,000 student population. It changes throughout the years, probably more when she was there than today.
So was Jade being captain of the cheer squad a big thing?
Oh, it was a huge thing, a huge responsibility. Their squad had, first it was leadership position, but was held in high regard for anyone who was selected. And it speaks to her light and how she was able to bring people together.
As your daughter and Jade progressed, did there come a time when they graduated from high school?
Of course, and thankfully.
And college was next.
Yes, sir.
Did they maintain that friendship and you as well with Jade Benning, her family?
Yes, sir. They chose different routes for college as well as young people. My daughter chose to go and follow her mom in education. And Jade decided that, college wasn't for her at a certain point, and that she wanted to be a chef, so she went that route.
Can you say that route? Was there any culinary school?
Yes. It was like I guess what would you call a vocational college, and she went to a culinary school and graduated.
Did you become aware at some time that Ms. Benning, Jade Benning, relocated to Nashville, Tennessee?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I knew that she wanted to spread her wings and venture out. She was tenacious in that regard and independent. And so I knew that she had her sights set and moved to Nashville, and that she was able to secure a job cooking, in her field, cooking, and an opportunity to do what she loved.
Did you have any appreciation of why she chose Nashville? Did you have any relatives here?
Well, her stepmom lives outside of Nashville, and she has a half sister in the area as well. And then,
would it be fair to say you know pretty much all about her family?
yes, sir, and even a relationship with the person who was in ownership of the restaurant where she was going to, where she did cook, but where the offer came from.
You recall when the last time may have been that you saw Jade Benning alive?
I think it was when we had a dinner back in Little Rock.
And when Ms. Benning would come back to Little Rock, would you normally see her?
Most of the time, yes. If my schedule allowed me to be there, I'd be there.
And so, looking back on it, do you recall that event, that family dinner?
It's hard to go back to those memories, but yes.
What was her mood, her
She was
attitude, her demeanor? What was she like at that time?
She was pure joy, excitement, her whole life ahead of her, just happy. That's her.
Did you stay in any type of communication with Miss Benning after that? Phone or text or?
Directly, we didn't communicate as much as Jade and I together as she got older. But Bridget and I are her mom. I'm sorry.
Was that Miss Burks?
Are, I would say, best friends. So yes, kept tabs nonstop. And I mean, Jade and I would text. You know, Mother's Day. I always got a message from her. Birthdays. You know, I mean, there was interaction.
And are you spending your daughter kind of went separate ways, professionally or educationally, but your knowledge did your daughter and Jade Benning stay in touch?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever have the opportunity to come to Nashville and visit Miss Benning while she was alive here?
No, sir.
Did there come a time when you learned that she was expecting?
Yes, sir.
How did that come about?
Her mama confiding in me.
Just go back to you and her mother being such close friends.
Mm-hmm.
You recall approximately when that was?
I want to say it was sometime in December. And it may have been toward the end of November, but sometime around that holiday season.
And did you share that news with others?
No. Bridget and I have a cloak of trust as best friends do. And so she confided in me. And until I had permission, I did not. But Bridget and I talked about it regularly after she told me.
So, you fair to say you kept up with the progress of the pregnancy and things that were going on. And were you planning to participate whenever the time came, baby showers, whatever you could do?
Of course.
When I get to the night about the call, did there come a time when you received a call concerning Jade Benning's health and welfare?
Yes, sir. Actually, I was notified because my husband was called by Jade's, I hate to say stepdad, I'm going to say bonus dad. They're also friends. And when the call came in, and I was told, just a little bit in shock. And of course, Bridget was on the other line, not able to call me herself, so, you know, it was, I need to talk to Bridget.
You're still in Little Rock, correct?
Yes, sir.
Should have asked. That's
Yes, sir.
through the years. So, what, if anything, did you do upon receiving the call?
I immediately demanded to talk to Bridget. And so when I got to talk to Bridget, of course, she and Lynn were already en route to Nashville. And I told her, I said, I'm coming. I told her, I said, I got to get a couple hours of sleep because it was late term. And course, I just told her I would be there and I would leave in the morning and drive, and that the girls may come with me. And then when I said the girls, she knows what that means, but that's my daughter and some other close family friends. And so then I immediately called my daughter and told her, and we made plans to what time to meet and what time we were going to leave.
And do you recall approximately what time you left Little Rock to come to Nashville?
Sometime in the morning, early. I mean, it's like 6, 7. I had to pick up my daughter and then also get another friend.
You don't necessarily need to ask what was said, if anything, but were you in communication and being updated on Jade's condition during the drive?
And of course.
When you arrived here in Nashville, where did you go immediately?
I went directly to the hospital.
Do you recall approximately what time it may have been when you got there?
It was early afternoon. I wouldn't say midday, it was early afternoon.
And when you arrived, where did you go? Arrived, by that I mean at the hospital.
Straight to ICU.
And were you permitted to see Jade?
I went straight to the waiting room first, and that's where I got to meet Bridget and Lynn and everybody else that was there.
Were there a number of people there? That
Family members, yes.
And when you saw, you said this being was in the ICU. When you saw her, what did you see? Could you describe what you saw?
Jade was laying there with tubes and wires connected and machines functioning for her. And I saw her pregnant belly pooch.
How long did you stay in Nashville?
Got here on Sunday. 4 days.
And during that time, were you frequently at the hospital?
If I wasn't sleeping or driving to and from.
At any time before you arrived at the hospital, had you heard the name Blaise Taylor?
Yes. Yes.
And from
Bridget.
had you ever met anyone by that name?
No.
Did you meet anyone at the hospital during the days that you were there named Blaise Taylor?
No.
So have you ever seen him or spoken to him?
Not in person.
Have you spoken?
No.
Focusing back at the hospital, were you aware that there was a police investigation?
I became aware.
Did you become aware? And were there officers and or detectives at the hospital on and off, or at least that you saw and spoke to there?
I never met anyone directly that I recall, but I saw people, and they would pull Bridget and Lynn and Dennis and Andrea.
Did there come a time when you went to the apartment?
I did.
Miss Fielding's apartment?
Yes, sir.
Tell us how that came about.
My best friend was falling apart, and she wasn't going to leave her child's side, which I understand. But it was driving her crazy to know the answers, to just see what in the world was happening, trying to make sense of something. So Bridget and I discussed it.
And was the decision made, at least between the two of you at least, that you would go to the apartment?
Yes, I'd be her eyes and ears.
Did you get keys to the apartment?
From Bridget.
Had you ever been there before?
No.
I'm not asking if you ever been to Nashville, but so,
No.
were you given directions or?
I was given the address. GPS.
Who, if anyone, went with you?
My daughter, Lindsay, Jada, Summons, and Nigella.
Now, ask about Nigella. Would that be Nigella Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Did you know her prior to this incident?
When I say girls, she's included in that group.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Going back to
Sleepovers, celebrations, cheer, all the things.
Okay. And so, then was she, Miss Jackson, also a part of the growing up in
Yes, sir.
Little Rock? Prior to going to the apartment, what, if anything, did you do to prepare for going there and entering?
My son is a police officer in Little Rock, and
Let me just, without going into say, did you get some suggestions from him?
yeah, of course,
And
I
did
called.
you follow those suggestions?
I called him and told him what I was getting ready to do, and then I had to do it for Bridget.
And so
I asked him.
well, I know, say that. So what did you do to prepare?
I called my son and I told him what I was getting ready to do and asked him how do I honor what my friend needs and do it in the best, carefulest way, not knowing all the details, but knowing what little information I had with how she got to be, how Jade got to be in the hospital. And that he told me.
And did you follow those instructions or advice?
Yes.
So we wore rubber
Ones he
gloves.
gave me.
Did you procure any hand protection?
I did.
Tell us about that.
He told me you need to have gloved hands, you need to not touch anything, try not to touch anything you don't have to touch to gain entrance. And you need to record and take pictures or still shots of anything that you feel needs to be documented for Bridget to see. And then get out. Don't stay there.
When did you go to the apartment? Was it daylight or dark?
It was around dusk on the day that I got there.
And would
Yes, sir.
And you told us who went with you, so when you arrived, did you take pictures?
I did.
Did you also take videos?
I did.
And did you take any items from the apartment?
One.
Our court's permission.
What did you take? It's possible that this behavior could jeopardize the case. I know it sucks to be in a situation
All
where
right, that needs to be passed to the witness.
you're stuck between a friend and a hard place. And
Ms. Franklin, you're being handed 2 items in an envelope that contains a USB. But as far as the photographs are concerned, would you look through those and see if you recognize what is depicted?
this is the equivalent of digging up the dinosaur bones yourself instead of letting a paleontologist do the work.
Yes, sir.
And you would open the envelope and be sure it does have I believe it has a tag. It says S. Franklin. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, I would move those. Number 14.
Let's hear this out and see what it is.
Ms. Franklin, which were done first? The photographs or the videos? Or were they video, video, photograph, or how was the process done?
Room by room, area by area, video and photographs together in the same areas.
And what did you use to capture both the video and the photographs?
My personal phone.
Cell phone. All right. If we could. Now, Ms. Franklin, you've had an opportunity to review these, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And we have muted each of the videos because what was said is really not between you and Jade and Jaya is not relevant. So, as we play these one by one, since there will be no audio, can you narrate, tell us what we're seeing?
Yes.
Video number 1.
All right, so now we have video.
This is,
Oh, wow.
We can't stop, obviously.
as soon as you walk in the apartment and open the door, you're in the kitchen.
It's a good 4K
And so this is
resolution.
immediately entering the door, panning the kitchen area. This is the countertop. I knew that I knew Jade had had a at-home date set, and I knew that because she loves to cook, you see food over on the stove area and the counter, and then the result of their kind of paint at home
So it'd be fair to say
activity.
that there were things, some things you expected to see, is that correct?
Correct. And then that's Jada and Nigella.
Rubber gloves.
And again, it's muted, but were you having conversations?
Of course.
And were you apprised of the fact that Nigella had been there before?
No.
Okay, so you didn't know whether she had.
No, Jay is Jade's best friend,
Oh, yes.
so I'm sure.
Now we're moving to video number 2. Where are we now?
Standing in the living room, facing the second bedroom and panning from the other direction.
Looking back towards the kitchen.
Yes, and she looks surprised because I'm telling her to get out of the way.
And she does.
That's my daughter that you saw a glimpse.
Now, video number 3.
Looks like food
What are
or
we-
pan on the stove.
The image of where Jade's camera usually sits.
Oh,
Or is expected to be sitting.
Jade's camera.
I believe if you touch the screen on the thing that's down there, Russ, you can make a circle. So, kind of where the camera usually sits, could you circle that area? So, no camera there, correct?
Correct. Correct. Would you like me to clear that?
I can. And now, number 4. Where are we now?
Jade's bedroom.
And what, if anything, are we seeing there?
You're seeing a scan of her bedroom, but there's also the camera right there.
Now, if we again pause it right there and do the same, could you circle?
It's in the window.
And were the blinds in that condition when you went in and filmed this?
Yes, sir.
Did you touch anything at that point?
No.
All right, now, lastly, video number 5.
It's panning from the other direction of the other side of the room.
Camera is mostly obscured there in the corner of the window.
Photographs. And these have been arbitrarily A through K, I believe. But what are we seeing here in this picture?
Camera outside in the hallway, on the ceiling, walkway area, the entrance walkway to Jade's front door.
Looks like a real link.
And
Something similar, PTZ, and a half dome.
what about this?
Jade's art.
We're not seeing that. We're still
No
seeing the
handwriting.
And the third.
Presuming that's Blaise's.
Hang on.
Now, we had a picture of the refrigerator. Well, the refrigerator was in the video.
Yes, sir.
Open the door and this is a picture of the interior of the refrigerator that was in the video.
Yes, sir.
And did you remove any items or place any items there that weren't there to start with?
No, just opened it.
What is this a photograph of?
Open trash can at the end of the bar in the kitchen.
Do you recall what may have been in it?
I didn't dig in it. I just saw what was there on top.
Was there any other trash receptacle that you saw that had anything in it?
We did look at the trash cans in the bathrooms. They were empty.
And was there any other trash anywhere in the kitchen other than this one?
Not that was visible.
There's the camera again.
And the next photograph, what are we seeing here? And again, if you could tell us what it is.
So the camera on the ledge in Jade's bedroom, facing out.
Okay. And does it appear to be plugged in?
Yes, sir.
And is this another view of the camera? This one showing the lens facing?
Yes, sir.
Right now, moving on, we saw the video of the bed room. Was there anything on about the bed that attracted your attention?
Yes. On the bedspread, it appeared to be throw up or vomit.
And looking at it, did it appear to be of any particular color?
Pink.
Now again, having talked to your son and preparing this, what, if anything, did you do with the comforter, with this object?
I took it. I decided to take it, but I didn't. I decided to take it with us.
This is, next picture is just a more close-up.
Why?
And were these pictures taken prior to you touching this item?
Yes.
And in fact, did you touch it for any other purpose than to remove it?
No.
And preserve it?
No.
And what, if anything, were you able to put it in?
A trash bag. I told them to get a trash bag.
And was it one that was already there in the apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Now this next photograph of the vehicle with license plate. Are you familiar with that vehicle?
Yeah.
And whose vehicle is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Bridget and Lynn's.
Now we talked about you removing the comforter. You recall whether or not there was any other item that you took along with it?
No, I just
And how did you go about
folded it within itself and stuffed it in the bag with my gloved hand and tied the bag off in the apartment.
and last? Talked about a trash bag.
That's it.
Packing up
That,
there.
yes, sir.
So, you're there, you looked around, did you check out anything else as far as whether the windows were locked or anything to do with touching the apartment or touching anything in the apartment?
No, other than, there was discussion on whether to leave the blinds up in the bedroom and the camera location being weird because, Jade, we talked about that and whether or not we should close the blinds.
And do you recall whether or not you did or didn't close the blinds?
They were closed when we left.
And how about the camera? Was it left in the same location or moved back to the kitchen?
No, Nigella was adamant about moving it back to the kitchen where it's supposed to be.
And other than that, was anything else manipulated that is being moved? Anything added or taken away?
No, we talked about private property of Jade's, but didn't touch anything else, didn't take anything else.
And when you arrived there, was the door locked?
Yes.
And when you left, did you relock the door?
Of course.
The question is, why did you take it upon yourself to essentially do police work?
Because Bridget was hurting and Bridget wanted answers, and Bridget and I were both pissed. Excuse my French. We were angry. Didn't seem like anybody was doing anything. It didn't seem like things were moving.
Pace was too slow.
No answers. Why do you have a child on life support? No answers.
Was this any attempt on your part to interfere with the investigation?
No, I would never.
As far as packaging the item that we see here in the trunk of this first vehicle, what did you do with it when you left the apartment?
Called, told her I was headed back. What I had, meet me at the car, because I'm going to give it directly to Jade's parents.
Did you give them the keys back to you?
Yes. They met me at the car.
Now, as far as the exterior of the apartment complex, did you do anything with respect to looking around there? Or?
Yeah, tried to see if there was any trash or anything that was obviously in the dumpster, but I'm not digging in dumpsters, and they were huge. Then there was a neighbor out walking their dog, and I asked her if she knew Jade. And she explained, and our conversation led to the fact of ambulances there the night before, and she didn't know her. I gave her my number.
So you get back to the hospital, essentially, as far as the evidence is concerned, it's still in the bag the last time you saw it, correct?
Correct.
And as the days went on, did you find that there was a police investigation going on and detectives who were working in that?
Yes, I knew that finally there were people talking to Bridget and Lynn and listening.
From the time you packaged the comforter in the trash bag until it was delivered there in the trunk of the vehicle, did you open it at any time during the transport?
No.
Add anything to it?
No.
Or touch it with your bare?
No, sir.
This is not a proper chain of custody.
I know you testified that you had on gloves, rubber gloves or latex.
I'm not a medical professional, but yeah.
But I was gonna say,
blue gloves from the hospital.
From the hospital. And when you packaged up the comforter, did you feel through the things any moisture or whether the area that we've seen highlighted?
No, but I mean, that's one of the things I noticed when it looked like vomit, is there seemed to be a moisture ring several inches outside where the vomit was. And I'm a mom, seen lots of vomit. cleaned up vomit. And I'm an educator, so I've seen it there too. And, you know, that looks like there was moisture added at some point or an attempt to wipe it or something.
Wow. So what they did, this was not a crime, well, it was potentially a crime scene, but it hadn't been closed off. It wasn't roped off. It wasn't taped off. They weren't told they couldn't go there. They just knew better. Or should have. Now they've contaminated the crime scene. See what defense does with this. They might rip her apart on this one. There's the HDMI adapter cable. HDMI to USB-C adapter. I can't believe her son, as a cop, told her to put gloves on, go in there, and have at it.
I know this is extremely difficult. I can't imagine what you've been through. I appreciate you being here today and answering all these questions.
Empty words. She takes no solace
I
in
want to
that.
start by talking, kind of going back to the beginning of your testimony and talking a little bit about kind of your background relationship with Jade and Bridget, okay? So, obviously, as you've testified, you've known Jade almost her whole life, right? Is that right?
Long time.
And it sounds like you were a really big part of Jade's life when she was young, when she was growing up. Is that right?
Yes.
And you mentioned Bridget is probably one of your best friends now.
Correct.
And she has been for a long time.
Yes.
And you all are from Arkansas, right?
Yes, sir.
And you still live there now.
Yes, sir.
You still live in the same area as Bridget, is that right?
I mean, we live in central Arkansas now. I don't live in Little Rock anymore.
I got you. Okay. About how many years has it been since Jade has kind of lived in the same area that you and your daughter do?
From today?
Well, I guess it's been a few years since this incident, but since she passed away. So when, at the time that she passed away, how long had it been since you guys all had lived in the same area?
Probably 3 to 4.
So kind of like the college time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which makes sense with what you were describing, that your kids both went away to college and you stayed in contact, but as it naturally happens, you know, you're not as in daily touch, right?
Correct.
And at the time, in 2022, 2023, when Jade was living in Nashville, this is kind of, is it fair to say this is the time in your life, in her life, that you were describing where you're talking to her at Mother's Day or a birthday or maybe a big holiday, is that right?
Correct.
But not necessarily like every week or even every couple weeks.
Correct.
So you're still keeping up with what's going on because your families are close, but you and Jade are not in daily contact. Is that right?
Correct.
So you're not, you yourself at least, are not sort of, you don't have personal knowledge of what's going on in Jade's day-to-day life. Is that fair?
I have snippets because of Bridget.
Sure. I get that. But you and Jade aren't, she's not filling you in personally with what's going on in her day-to-day life. Right?
No, she's not.
So she's not calling you saying, oh, I went on this date, it was great, and that sort of thing.
No.
And you don't have personal knowledge of, you know, some of these lifestyle kind of things, like is she drinking or doing drugs, or how well she's doing, or she's totally clean. Like, you don't know personally how she's doing, right?
I know she's well.
I got you.
Happy.
Yeah, because when you talk to her, she seems like she's doing great, right?
When I talk to Bridget on a daily basis, yes.
And you're talking to Bridget, and Bridget's talking to Jade, so it's coming second, third hand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you're not there kind of involved in her daily social life, right?
I'm not in Nashville, no.
And similarly, what the relationship with Blaise, how things are going, you don't have any sort of first-hand observation experience as to her relationship with Blaise.
No.
In terms of this situation, February 25th, 2023, you found out pretty quickly, is that right?
Yes, sir.
I think Bridget found out and she called you as one of her best friends almost immediately.
No, her husband called.
Her husband called. Okay, I'm sorry. But so her husband called almost immediately.
I'm assuming as quickly as they found out.
And they were already on their way to Nashville?
Correct.
The information that you received very quickly from her husband, were you, and I don't need to know the exact details, but were you kind of filled in on what people were saying about what happened, what Nyjah Jackson was saying about what happened? Were you told all that information?
I was told that there was a phone call. I was told that something happened to Jade, and there was a phone call that Bridget received from Nyjah, hysterical.
Okay.
And Nyjah shared that.
I don't need to know what Nyjah said exactly, but just that she was making some allegations about Mr. Taylor.
Nyjah was reporting what she said,
Okay.
what she saw,
Bridget
what occurred.
was telling you that Nyjah was telling her some things about it, right?
Yes.
Right from the get-go.
Nyjah shared.
And you don't want her to get into it, or you do?
This is. I'm sorry. Let me clarify that. I'll ask the question a better way. In that very initial phone call, was it your understanding that somebody was saying Mr. Taylor was the reason that Jade was in the hospital?
That's a trick question.
I didn't mean it to be a trick question. I'm not trying to trick you, I promise. I just want to know kind of...
His name was mentioned, yes.
Okay. So you hop in a car and you start... The next morning, you hop in the car.
Correct.
You indicate to Bridget that you'll be there for her as soon as you can. Is that fair?
Correct.
I want to get it right. I want to make sure that I'm accurate about what I'm understanding you're saying.
What's your question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be...
The judge doesn't like his side comments.
Approximately how long is it from Little Rock to Nashville?
5 to 7 hours, depending on traffic.
So you arrived about midday on the 26th?
I arrived a little bit after lunch, kind of early afternoon.
That's midday.
Okay. And tell me again who you drove with. I know your daughter, and who is the other person?
Jada Summons.
Jada Summons. Okay. And how old is Jada Summons?
Same age as Jade and my daughter.
Thank you, OG Boy Mama.
Jade's 1 year behind them, but same age group.
During that car ride, did you discuss with your daughter and Jada Summons the things that you had learned the night before?
Of course.
And when you got here, you went immediately to the hospital?
Correct.
You met with Bridget and the other people who were there?
Correct.
At the time that you went to the hospital, and I think you indicated this, I just want to make sure I'm understanding the scene, there were already police officers there?
No, sir.
Not at the time you went to the hospital?
No, sir.
How long were you at the hospital with Bridget or other people before you saw police officers there?
I don't even recall seeing them when I got back.
What do you mean when you got back?
When I left to go to Jade's apartment and came back from Jade's apartment.
Okay, let me clarify. When
Did you see police when you first got to the hospital?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. So when you first got to the hospital, you didn't see police?
That's what I just asked.
No.
I understand.
You don't
Judge
have
has
to
asked
repeat
and
it.
answered.
These smart people right over here heard it all, what she's testified to.
Well, I heard the first time she said she saw police officers, so I'm trying to clarify and make sure I heard it right.
Well, you can't be testifying either.
Okay.
Okay. Don't get the judge mad at you. He
When
can
did you
hold his own.
first see police officers at the hospital?
Did you ever see police officers at the hospital?
I saw, I'm assuming it was a detective. He was not in police clothing, but there was a badge. So it was the second or the third day of me being in Asheville.
So you never saw law enforcement until the second or third day you were in Asheville?
That is what I recall.
During your discussions with Ms. Burke, was it your impression that law enforcement was involved on the first day that you were in Asheville?
Miss Burks?
Ms. Burks.
So Bridget,
Bridget.
can you ask the question again, please? I was focused on you saying your name wrong. Sorry.
My apologies. During your...
This guy's getting raked over the coals.
The first day you arrived in Nashville, during your discussion with Miss Bridget Burks, is that right?
Yes.
When did you first become aware from Miss Burks that law enforcement was in fact involved with the case?
One more time, fluidly, please.
Sure. No problem.
I want to make sure I give you the correct answer, so.
Absolutely. After your arrival in Nashville on the first day, on February 26th,
Okay.
during your discussions with Ms. Bridget Burks, when did you first become aware that law enforcement was involved in the case?
Second or third day. Second day, I would say.
So at no time prior to the third day was there ever a discussion that there have been detectives talking to us, there were police here last night, that never came up at all?
Second day, I saw. Second day we talked.
That's when you saw police?
Second or third day is when I saw police. Yes, Bridget shared that she had had a conversation, where the detectives had been in touch. I saw what I thought was a detective come and speak to them at the hospital. They would pull them in a room.
Now, you were in pretty regular contact with Ms. Burks between the time that she or her husband notified you and you arrived at the hospital on the 26th, is that correct?
As much as can be.
Sure, texting, calling, all that stuff, right? And at no time during those conversations did she inform you that there were in fact police officers at the hospital the night before, is that right?
Yes, she shared there were police officers.
Oh, so you were aware that law enforcement was involved in the case?
Well, I was told that some police officer, I don't know if it was somebody that came in special or it was a police officer that's assigned to the hospital, I don't know, but talked to Nigella.
Okay, so there was a police officer that talked to Nigella, and you were aware of that, maybe before you got to Nashville?
I don't think I knew that before I got to Nashville. I don't think we talked about that before I got to Nashville.
When did you have that conversation?
I don't recall the exact time that I had that conversation.
That wasn't on your drive?
On my drive, I'm talking about my daughter's best friend being on life support.
Okay. Well, let's talk about then, let's move on, I guess. Let's talk about the decision to go to Jade's apartment.
Sure.
So you get in town, you meet with Miss Burks, and how long from the time when you arrived in town, shortly after lunch, was it before you and Miss Burks discussed you going to Jade's apartment?
There wasn't an isolated discussion.
Okay. There was several discussions?
Comments about how bad Bridget wanted to know.
Okay. Was that like immediately that you got in town?
No, immediately we were focused on Jade.
Immediately focused on Jade. So, when did you actually go to the apartment?
The night that I got there.
So,
Evening that I got there.
6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, do you have about approximate time?
No, I don't recall the exact time. I know that by the time we got to her apartment, it was dark.
It was dark, and this is February, right?
Correct.
Do you know if it was 11 o'clock at night?
No, sir.
Okay, so before 11, sometime after 4, maybe?
It was closer probably to the 4, 5, 6, 7 time range.
Did you eat dinner that day?
I don't remember what I ate, or if I ate. I don't even remember how much I slept.
Do you think it was after dinner time?
I don't know what time. I mean, dinner's variable for people and variable for me.
And I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I'm trying to figure out.
It was dusk when I headed that way. It was dark when we got there.
Okay, so maybe on the earlier side of the evening when you actually went to the apartment. Is that fair?
Earlier being what time, sir?
The 5, 6 instead of the 7, 8 kind of time period?
I wasn't looking at a clock, so I don't know. It was dusk when I left the hospital. It was dark when we got to the apartment. I don't even remember how far the hospital was from the apartment. I cannot give you an exact time and feel like I am being honest with you on an exact time.
Okay. So you and Bridget are discussing that she doesn't feel like things are moving fast enough and she wants someone to go. At no point during those conversations about you going to the apartment is it ever mentioned that, let me rephrase this question, let me back this up. When Bridget asks you to go to the apartment, is there ever a discussion about should we talk to police here before you go?
It wasn't Bridget asking me to go to the apartment. It was a discussion between friends, best friends, about what can I do to help.
Okay.
What can I do to help?
That's fair. So during this discussion between friends about what you could do to help, did you ever offer to contact police about going to the apartment?
No.
Did you ever call the Metro Nashville Police Department and say, hey, we think someone needs to go to the apartment? Has that been done yet? Has that been done yet?
No.
Did you ever reach out to Metro Nashville Police Department and say, hey, we're thinking about going to the apartment?
She said she never reached out to them at all. No matter what you want to ask her, if she said it, she didn't reach out to them.
I understand.
You're asking the same question.
In different ways. I want to make sure that everybody knows.
Did you ever call the police and say, after I eat dinner, I'm going to go to the apartment?
No, sir.
Did you ever call the police and say, if I don't eat dinner, can I go to the apartment?
No, sir.
No. Just go ask your question and let's get to what question you want instead of repeating them.
The judge is mocking them. Repeating your questions.
And your next question is?
I'm sorry, I lost my place. I'm working on trying to find out where I was. I apologize for...
You asked her, did she ever contact the police in any way before she went to the apartment? If her answer was no.
Did you ever discuss contacting the police with Ms. Burks or with any of the people that were going to the apartment?
Not that I recall.
Did you ever consider contacting the police?
Not that I recall.
Wants to ask the question 20 different directions.
And
You
at
have
that
the
point,
urge to
you
consider.
didn't think that the police were involved in this case? Is that what you indicated?
I didn't see anybody doing anything.
Was it your impression that there was a criminal investigation going on?
No.
Did you think a crime had been committed?
I knew
It's
so.
not relevant to whether she thinks a crime was committed.
It's her state of mind, and if she thought a crime had been
Her state of mind had anything to do with it. So go ahead with your next question.
So in preparing for this venture to the apartment, you contacted your son, who was a police officer, is that correct?
Yes.
And during your conversation with him, did you ask him if you should contact the police here before going to the apartment?
No.
At no point during that conversation,
Remember
did
in
you
the
advise him
beginning
to contact
when we
the police
started?
department, did you?
No.
I heard you indicate the things that he advised you to do when you went to the apartment. It included wear gloves, take pictures, don't stay long. I did not note that you said your son advised you to collect evidence. Is that correct?
Could you ask the question directly?
Did your son ask you to collect anything
No.
while you were there?
No.
So your son did not advise you to collect evidence while you were there?
He did not say those words.
Okay. Did Miss Burks specifically ask you to bring anything out of the apartment?
No.
Did she specifically ask you to collect any evidence?
No.
Did she specifically ask you to move anything in the apartment?
No.
The judge is not a fan of this 20 very similar questions game. Defense wants to approach and complain about it. I think defense has a legitimate complaint.
Miss Franklin,
Mrs. Franklin.
Mrs. Franklin.
Mrs. Franklin.
I want to show you this. Do you recognize this image?
Yes, sir.
If I represent to you that it's a screenshot from the first video that you put in, does that look accurate?
I mean, without having them side by side, yes.
Sure. Do you recognize this area that it shows?
The counter?
Yes, but that like Jane's apartment?
It looks like her kitchen.
Her kitchen in her apartment. Okay, and that's from your video, so that's about what it looked like when you went there, right?
What I recall, yes.
Do you recognize this right here?
Can you move your finger for a second? Okay, what directly? Could you give me color? Because there's two objects.
This pink item right here?
Just caressing this item with my finger.
No, I don't recall that specifically.
That doesn't look familiar to you from when you were in the apartment?
I don't recall that specifically.
That cup didn't look familiar to you?
I don't recall that specifically.
How about over by the sink right here?
What exactly?
The mini
Can you
cauldron.
point again?
Over in the sink?
Okay.
That there.
On the drying rack above the sink?
The pan?
Yeah, the pan, the pot, whatever that is.
Okay.
Did you note any dirty dishes when you were in the apartment?
I cannot recall specifically dirty dishes.
Does that appear to be a clean dish?
I don't know. It's upside down.
Did you note any unusual smells when you were in the apartment?
Not that I remember.
I will see if I can hook my connector up. So these have been introduced as the exhibits. I don't know the exact numbers, but these were pictures that you took, right? That you've already identified?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to flip through and just ask you a couple questions.
Okay.
This picture.
Looks like Minute Maid pink
Can you just
lemonade.
describe what's in this picture?
The inside of Jay's refrigerator in her apartment.
Is there a reason why you took this picture?
I mean, I took pictures of what I thought was concerning or needed to be documented.
What was notable or concerning about the refrigerator?
I was looking for anything pink.
Anything pink?
Liquid.
So there's a pink lemonade in there?
Yes, sir.
And this you've already described as the camera, right?
Correct.
And here is and the windowsill or the window shade is up in this picture. Is that correct?
Correct.
And the camera is in the bedroom on this windowsill, correct?
Yes.
And we noted in the other picture that I just showed, the screenshot, the camera's not in the kitchen, right?
Correct.
Sorry. Did you note a gun in the apartment?
I'm sorry?
Did you see a gun in the apartment?
I don't remember seeing the weapon, but I think I saw a holster.
A holster, but you didn't see the gun.
I mean,
Okay. I noticed in those videos that we watched, there was not a video of you moving the blink camera, was there?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
There was not a video of you moving the blink camera, was there?
No. A video?
Yes.
No.
And there was not a video of you packaging up the comforter, was there?
No.
And there was not a video of you taking the comforter out of the apartment, was there?
No.
And there was not a picture of a washcloth?
No.
Did you also package up a washcloth?
Not that I recall.
You did not remove a washcloth?
Not that I recall.
You didn't take any pictures of a washcloth?
Not that I recall.
Were you the only person who touched the comforter?
I think so, yes.
Nobody else helped you fold it up and put it in the garbage bag?
I mean, I can't testify to remembering if anyone touched the comforter.
That's not part of the videos that you took while you were in there, right?
No.
Did you bring the garbage bag with you?
Yes.
Did you have to go to the store to buy the garbage bag?
No.
You had it with you already.
No.
Where did the garbage bag come from?
I don't know because I didn't leave the bedroom. I said, get the garbage bag.
So it's possible that came from Jay's apartment?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't bring one with us. That I'm aware, no one had a garbage bag with them when we arrived.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you. You didn't bring a garbage
No.
Okay. So just so I understand, so far as you were aware, there was no police officer that gave you permission to go to that apartment?
I did not speak to the police officer.
And not everything that happened in the apartment is on video, right?
No, I didn't record nonstop.
Thank you.
You agree, correct?
Mr. Franklin, you were asked many questions about the time you were out there.
What's your question?
Did you happen to notice that there was a clock that was captured in the video with the time on it?
Yes.
I heard asked to publish that it's the first video, is still shot.
Okay.
Judge tries to even the scales a little bit and cuts off the
Let me see the
prosecution as
time.
well.
What is the time?
6:39.
Counsel asked you a number of questions about your relationship. You testified about Ms. Burks, Bridget, and you learned that Jane was pregnant. Was she supposed to tell you that?
Bridget or Jane?
Ms. Burks, Bridget.
Bridget telling me about
Yes.
Jade being pregnant?
You find out later that it was supposed to not be told?
Oh, I mean, no, I found that out when she told me
Okay.
that she was pregnant.
So that's how close y'all are.
Yes.
Nothing.
Any other questions?
Ms. Franklin, do you know if that clock in that video is accurate?
Hang on, let him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No. Have a seat, General Moore. What are your questions?
Ms. Franklin,
Get back up.
do you know if that clock is accurate in that video?
I'm assuming so.
Had you ever been to Ms. Benning's apartment before?
No.
So you don't know if it's accurate, do you?
No.
Thank you.
Did you have other questions?
With respect to the questions about comfort, did you shake it out or fold it up?
No, I folded it up within itself.
So if there was something else in there, it would have been folded up in it.
I did not spread it out. I didn't move it. I folded it up within itself and put it in the bag.
Whatever is in the bag, stayed in the bag.
Yes.
That's all.
Was that how you were directed to package up evidence by yourself?
No one directed me the way to package.
Now, nothing else.
Okay. Great. Thank you. You can step down and have a seat. All right, let's go to the jury. If you'll step down the hallway, we'll take a short break.
So as the jury steps out for a short 15-minute break, the judge needs to take a couple deep breaths himself. He's expressed a little bit of frustration with the pacing of the questions from mostly the defense and a little bit of the state as well.
Court's a 15-minute recess.
So we're gonna let them take their little 15-minute break. I think we're good here. All right. Up in Alaska, let me give you the updates on what's happening in the Hildebrand trial up there. The jury has been deliberating for a little over an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes now. Let me just check the timer. Hour and 6 minutes. Kathy Russin just tweeted out that she thinks it's going to be a quick verdict up there. But the court also shut down their live stream. They have a WebEx feed, which is the only thing we're allowed to live stream out of that court. And they shut down the WebEx, so we have to just wait until it pops up again for the verdict. I'm hoping it pops up soon because I'm taking a lot of this equipment with me tonight for my TED Talk thing. And I don't want to miss it, but we'll do what we have to do. Last witness went to the scene and took the comforter. It was bad enough that they went in. That alone oftentimes is enough to contaminate a crime scene to make any evidence that was collected out of that crime scene questionable. That's why police officers keep a log of everyone who's gone in and what they did, and just going in there and poking around, seeing what they could see, even though they're videoing, even though they're wearing gloves and they're trying careful not to cause any problems. It causes problems. The state so far has not produced that smoking gun evidence for a conviction. And so when there is a little bit of physical evidence that may, help their case, to have just the average, family member involved with the victim go in there and handle it and take it, take it somewhere else and make it leave the premises and then later turn it back over to the police. Oh. I realized they didn't, according to the testimony, they didn't know the police were investigating. They thought nothing was happening, and they were just trying to get answers, but also hopeful that the police would investigate. So they need to watch more crime TV. That's number one. That's my number one takeaway, because you would know that you can't mess with stuff or else it becomes useless for the investigation. We'll see. We'll see where this goes. Hadn't even been 24 hours. I like this judge, no BS questions. I think he comes across as being upset with the defense, but I think he's equally mad at the prosecution for not objecting. That he has to do their job to be like, that's not relevant. That's asked and answered. Move along. You can't testify. All these things that the prosecution should be objecting to, but he's not. Blowing out the candle doesn't look so bad. Yeah. In the scale of things, it's bad because they were there, so the whole scene is contaminated with their presence. But why would the friend's cop's son tell her to glove up and go in? I don't know what he was told, but I'm guessing the friend's cop's son is not a detective in homicide, or probably never will be, with the way things are going. A rookie, beat cop who's just out there, writing tickets on the interstate might not know these things very well, might not have a lot of experience with this type of investigation. Let me tell you what happened at the closing of the Alaska case. You guys know I watch multiple things at once, right? It shouldn't surprise you that oftentimes I'll have one case in one ear and another case in the other. As we were doing today in Alaska, after the closing arguments in that murder trial, the judge got mad at the defense because he said, if the jury wants anything read back, you can just tell us what it is, and I'll have the clerk bring you in here and just play back the video. We're just going to rewind the Zoom and play back the video. And his plan was that he was not even going to be there for that. He's like, no one's going to be here. It's just the jury, and they get to watch it. Well, defense says, Your Honor, we'd like to be present for all playbacks. And he got mad. He's like, I've never had anyone ask to do that. I know it's your right, but I've never had any. Why would you want to be here for that? There's no new evidence being presented. He's like going off on, because if defense is there and the jury's there, he has to be there. And then the prosecution's like, well, if they're going to be here, we need to be here. And the judge is like, fine, I'll be here. And so he was upset. And that's what we left on. And then he killed the live stream, waiting for a verdict out of Alaska. So we'll see what happens there in a little bit. Fun times. Fun times. Maybe Jade had cleaned up the kitchen after cooking and then looked like she painted the pick. Perhaps he slipped her something in the drink after dinner. Okay, the fact that they were painting after dinner, she's a chef, right? Chefs pride themselves on taking care of their equipment. They don't just like, well, I used that pan, I'm just going to let it sit in the sink forever. Of course, they're going to clean up their kitchen and get it ready, get all their equipment, their tools of their trade ready. I can see her very much cleaning up after cooking. That doesn't, especially if you're going to now do an activity that involves that countertop that you might have been, had food or preparation going on. She had a very clean kitchen, very clean apartment. Is court over for the day? No. We've got one more little stint. Let's see. Sometimes I see RA's eyes go different directions. No surprise there. Yeah. If I'm doing this, you'll know that I'm watching two different courts. Some chefs, yes. Not all chefs. Not all folks are crime junkies, honestly. I think it was done in good faith. It may have blown the case, but I don't think they were thinking clearly, and they regret it for sure. I agree. And honestly, it was not illegal either. This wasn't, cutting the crime scene tape and sneaking into the apartment. This was, as far as they knew, it had been released back to them. They wanted more investigation, but they didn't think anything was happening. Especially when there's chicken involved, you use Lysol or bleach. You don't just lick your fingers, Jody, afterwards. Why move the cameras? That part I didn't get. Why did she move the camera? Did she turn it? I'm somewhere in the middle. I like to clean up after I cook, but like I'll clean up. I'll take the box that the TV dinner came in and throw it in the garbage, but I'm not washing the microwave. So that's where I draw the line. I have a teeny kitchen. I need the room. I have to clean up after my cooking. Yeah, feels like a natural thing to clean up after dinner. Why did she move the camera? I think it was already moved. Like they documented where the camera normally was. So it sounds like the camera was already moved for some reason, but she might have turned the camera. Who are I'm so worried about handling chicken. It's the other white meat. It's good stuff. I think the camera was already moved. That's the impression I got as well from that testimony. Good friend, though. Best friends with Jade's mom. So. Yeah, thank you, Amber, for clarifying. To any teens or young adults tuning in, he's being sarcastic. Do not lick your fingers after handling raw meat. Clean up first thing in the morning. That's probably why I'm single. Peter, that's I know the routine. You go around, you pick up the empty pizza boxes. You get collecting the aluminum cans, putting them in the recycling. It's tough cleaning up after dinner. When I cook, I basically bleach my kitchen from top to bottom and wash my hands 50 times during the process. As such, I don't cook chicken often. Oh, man, It doesn't scare me as much, but maybe it's because I've never had a problem with it. See, we normally have a family rule that them's that cooks doesn't have to clean. So you have to do one or the other. You either cook or you have to clean up. All right, let's go back to court here in just a second. Let's go back to 6, shall we? All right, we're going to be going back just a second. I'm going to mute this because we are in the media pool on this, and there's been a discussion particularly about audio during breaks. The mic should be off right now, so it was an oversight by our friend Dean. So we're going to turn it off because we agreed to that with the court. Raw sushi is okay. I don't do raw sushi, believe it or not. I don't do caviar now either. It was a bit odd, in my opinion. The trash cans were basically empty. Yeah, that's like a next level of cleaning. That's hiding the evidence at that point. I like to add a dash of salmonella for spice. You're a brave one. The kitchen cameras to keep an eye on their knives and kitchen equipment. Definitely clean countertops after cooking chicken or beef for sure. I can tell you that when it's raw chicken, usually I have to do the preparation of that. My wife doesn't like it either. I think I dislike everything about this case. Interesting trial, though. I wear gloves handling any meat. I haven't gone that far. Okay, I'm not sure what time he left. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the camera so we can... At the same time, keeping an eye on Alaska to make sure nothing happens up there. You guys want a thumbnail instead? Yeah, I can do a thumbnail over there. Let me go. Let's download this. Compress PNG. Put it on. It's a good call, Amber. Hold on, let me put this on camera too. Oh, I can do it over here. Take MP2. Cut. Okay. Now we have this thumbnail up over on Top Mark Media. So it looks like that. That's for the Alaska trial. Meanwhile, we're still waiting to come back from our break here in Tennessee. Wasn't that you that asked for that, Amber? I'm sorry. Maybe it was Red. It was Red that asked. Thank you, Red. But there's a problem now. Now I can't see when the court comes back. I turn the HDMI output. Six is going to be HDMI in. Is that right? It didn't work. HDMI in is 7. Has to be 7. It's not working. Hold, please. I'm still trying to get this figured out. 7's my input. Cut again. Will you let us know if there's a verdict in the Alaska trial? I'm sort of keeping an ear to the ground to see if anybody up there announces there's a verdict. I haven't seen it yet. He ditched the kitchen cameras, what I think they were trying to plant, or moved it to the bedroom. It is Amber's birthday today. Yes, never forget. Let's see. It's also DeBar's birthday. Do you watch the defendant on the stand? What do you think if you did? Jackie, I watched part of it. I haven't watched all of the Alaska trial. We streamed it, but we were busy watching this court instead, so I didn't get a ton of audio there. I do know that
You look good.
he did testify that after he found his wife dead of a gunshot wound in her house, he panicked and then proceeded to access adult material on the internet. You know, a certain adult ballet club website was accessed, and then he tried to hide the evidence. And yeah, it seems yeah, like you do, like you do. Shelly Small, thanks for gifting 5 memberships. That was super generous of you. Just waiting for the judge to come back from this break. Let's see. 1 hour 23 minutes. I'm showing 1:23 and 55 seconds right now. So we might have the same timer. Yeah, it didn't make sense. I think the state's closing argument was very good, saying that this defense story doesn't add up, and I think the jury's going to resonate. Now, what I don't know is, because I didn't get to hear the charges in that case, I don't know if there were lesser includeds, or if this is, if they're going for, first degree, or if this is a second degree manslaughter case, or what. But it seems that the state might have proven their case for me, just from what I've heard. His defense was he panicked and he ran to the computer and started Googling naughty things. He's charged with murder, first degree murder in the second degree, 2 counts of tampering with physical evidence. First degree is tough. First degree is a tough one to prove. You've got to basically show the premeditation there. So, I don't know if they can do that. That's a difficult one to prove. Maybe Megan, maybe not. Member for 37 months. OG says, happy 11th birthday, Lennon. Also, we love it here. I do live here now. Maybe Megan. Thank you very much. Maybe not. Good to have you here. Happy birthday, Lennon and Amber and DeBar. All having birthdays today. There we go.
Okay,
We're back.
let me ask you further, because who is Jim Willis? Who are you?
I'm the investigator working with the defense.
So did he want her subpoenaed or not?
he subpoenaed, he went through Covert, who is a licensed investigator,
Did
and
he want Miss Rose back to
we
court?
did. We did.
So you did want her subpoenaed
But
back?
now that we have the documents, we don't need her, so we can release her.
Did you tell Miss Rose any court officer about being her boss?
I'm sorry, Your Honor?
Did you indicate to any court staff that you were somehow Miss Rose's boss?
No, sir.
Or that she was going to be fired?
No, sir.
What?
She will not be.
Did you tell anybody that if she came back tomorrow, she'd probably be fired?
No, sir. I have the email exchange between she and I.
I'm talking about to this gentleman.
Oh, we talked on the phone this afternoon. I told him she was on call.
No. You told him to resubpoena. That's why I'm trying to inquire who wants her.
No, sir. Initially, we wanted her to come
Was
back.
there any comment made to this gentleman about someone being fired?
No, sir. None.
So you don't need it.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
What is happening?
Get Miss Skidmore to call Miss Rose and say she's not needed at 9 a.m. All right, who's the next witness?
Officer Jack Pfeiffer.
All right, let the jury step down.
What in the world? Oh my goodness. The shenanigans are not over, guys. They're not over. Somebody, apparently there was a phone call reported.
You wanting to recall him?
Yes, Your Honor. Just briefly.
Man. That phone call apparently got a little heated about recalling a witness that now is not going to be recalled. I was denying that it happened that way. But
All right, officer, you'll step back.
Do you swear to tell the truth, so help you God?
Officer Pfeiffer, have you reviewed your body-worn camera footage in preparation for testifying in the trial in this matter?
I did.
And specifically, did you speak to Ms. Lauren Weber that night of February 25th of 2023?
I did.
And when you spoke with her, did she specifically tell you that she had been at the apartment and that it had been cleaned?
She did.
Thank you.
that's all.
Questions on behalf of Mr. Tate?
So you reviewed your body cam like today or last night, or how recently did you review it?
I've reviewed it today and yesterday as well.
So Miss Weber told you on the body cam that the apartment had been cleaned.
Yes.
She didn't indicate anything about the smell.
She stated that he had cleaned the apartment.
That he had cleaned the apartment.
Correct.
That's what she stated to you.
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Next witness is Ms. Nigella Jackson.
Here we go. Here we go. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be fiery. I don't know who's crossing her, so I can't wait to hear who objects. But Nigella supposedly overheard the defendant saying, "What did you put in my drink?" Speaking to the defendant, apparently.
swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
I don't know what it is under there, but it stopped kicking at people.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jackson. Could you please state your full name for the record?
Najee Deshae Jackson.
And could you spell your first name and your middle name for the court report?
Nijaiha, middle name Deshae, Deshay.
And where are you originally from, Ms. Jackson?
Little Rock, Arkansas.
And when you lived in Little Rock, Arkansas, at some point in your life, did you meet Miss Jade Benning?
I did.
And how old were you when you met Jade Benning?
I was about 6 years old.
Can you describe your friendship with Jade Benning?
My friendship with Jade Benning was a friendship that I pray everyone gets to experience. Jade was my sister. She was a very loyal person, a very dependable person, and a friend that I never imagined to not have anymore.
How long did you knew her since you were 6, but did you guys go to school together?
Yes, we went to middle school, high school, and a little bit of college.
And during that time, did you stay very close best friends?
Yes.
At some point, did y'all not live in the same place in Arkansas?
Yes, we did not. There was a point when I lived in Fayetteville and she lived in Conway, Arkansas.
Did you maintain that close friendship even when you didn't live in the same town?
Yes.
And can you describe Jade kind of growing up? What type of person was she?
Jade was a very outgoing, charismatic, go with the flow type of girl. A girl that never met a stranger. She didn't care your socioeconomic background. She didn't care your gender, your race. She would meet anyone and become their friend same day.
And growing up with her, did you guys have a type of friendship where you shared even kind of secrets, stuff that you wouldn't tell other people?
Yes.
And in college, or I guess high school, did she play any sports?
She was a cheerleader.
Did you play any sports?
I was a cheerleader.
Was it a
That is a
competition
sport.
cheerleader squad?
Yes, we did both competitive cheer and high school cheer.
And when y'all were graduating from high school, what happened after that? What happened with you?
I moved to Fayetteville to go to the University of Arkansas, and Jade went to University of Central Arkansas in Conway.
And did she stay at that school?
She did not.
What did Jade end up doing before completing her degree that she started?
She went to Brightwater Culinary School.
And where is that culinary school at?
In Bentonville, Arkansas.
And was that something that she had talked to you about wanting to do?
Yes, she did. It was we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do, and ultimately she was like, I think I'm going to go to culinary school. I was like, okay.
And after she was in culinary school, when did you finish with your degree?
In 2020.
And what did you do after you graduated?
I moved back to Little Rock, and I was a dental assistant.
And what was your degree in?
Biology.
And after that time, I guess you worked as a dental assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Did you decide to go back to school?
I did.
When was that?
In 2022.
And where did you decide to go to school?
Meharry Medical College.
Can you describe what was going on with Jade kind of around that same time?
Jade was a chef at Ernest. She was head chef and just chefing it up, doing all the things, running Ernest.
And was she living here in Nashville?
Yes.
Can you describe what were your feelings about when you realized that you were going to be moving to Nashville?
I was really excited because I knew I had a friend here and I wasn't alone anymore. And
we would be able to reconnect since our departure when she moved to Nashville and I was still in Little Rock.
And when did you relocate to Nashville, Tennessee?
In August of 2022.
And at that time, was Jade already living here?
Yes.
And once you moved here, did you talk to her kind of even more than you normally did?
Yes, I did.
Would you characterize it as almost daily?
Yes.
And at some point, after you moved here, how did you first hear about her dating Blaise Taylor?
She told me she kind of met him a couple months prior to, and it was kind of just, small little conversations. And then when I moved here, she was telling me about this guy she had been seeing.
And do you know how they met?
On Hinge.
And what is Hinge?
Hinge is a dating app.
And if she saw him for a date or went over to his house, would she tell you about it?
Yes.
And did she tell you about it often in the beginning?
Yes.
Can you describe what was her kind of attitude and outlook towards him?
She described him as somebody that was like kind of different from her usual type. She was very like optimistic as to like where this could go. She was really enjoying their hangouts and their conversations. So I was like, all right, well, let's see where this goes.
Did she express to you that she wanted to be in a relationship with him?
At a point in time, yes.
And at some point before she found out she was pregnant, before that, did something happen that kind of changed that positive, optimistic outlook about the possible future with Mr. Taylor?
You said before she found out she was pregnant? There were a couple of incidents at his home with a previous girl.
May we approach?
Okay.
All right. We just got to the tea part, and that's really loud. That hurts. I regret hearing that. We'll keep an eye on that and fix that in a second. Okay, we're done. Audio's down. That puts us on 25 for the objection counter. Which lawyer objected? The defense about the previous girl. This is going to bring in the testimony. Remember, we heard about this previous girl who may have gotten pregnant or had some sort of discussion about whether or not to keep the baby. And there was, he said in that situation, she didn't, and he even went to the appointments to make sure that everything was taken care of properly. So defense does not want this evidence in. They're going to fight very hard for this one. It might take a minute for them to sort things out at sidebar. A little distracted. I'm watching for the jury to come back in Alaska as well.
All right, go ahead.
Ms. Jackson, without getting into the details of the incident, did something happen where she wasn't as optimistic?
Yes.
And then can you describe that time frame when she found out she was pregnant? How did you find out about that?
She texted me and told me that she needed to talk to me, and she then FaceTimed me, and she was showing me the maybe like 4 pregnancy tests.
And are those home pregnancy tests?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that something that she had planned?
No.
Did you, I guess that day, talk to her about that positive pregnancy test a lot?
Yes, I did. I did indeed.
And what did you do to kind of assist Ms. Benning with this new news in her life?
Well, I was telling her because these were at-home pregnancy tests, yes, they are positive, but I think that we should probably go to a clinic to verify. So I was looking at clinics in the surrounding area to see where we could get her in to get an ultrasound.
And were you able to get her an appointment that same day?
Yes.
And was it the very same day or was it the next day?
It was the next day.
Okay. So were you trying to get her an appointment the same day?
I was trying to get her an appointment the same day, but was told we don't do same day appointments.
And did you go with her to that appointment?
I did.
And do you remember the date of it?
November the 3rd.
And what happened at that appointment?
They took her back and did vitals, and then I was telling her, don't wait on me to get there so I can be with you for the ultrasound because I wanted to hear the heartbeat with her. And
did you make it?
Yes, I did. And I went to the back with her, and the nurse was asking her if she wanted to, well, I asked her if she wanted to hear the heartbeat, and the nurse kind of verified with her decision, and we heard the heartbeat. And they were measuring like the baby size and confirming like how many weeks she was.
Ms. Jackson, were they able to tell Ms. Benning how many weeks pregnant she was?
Yes.
And was that something where you and her discussed kind of dates when it would have happened?
Yes.
And when they gave you that information, did you know who would have been the father of that baby?
Yes.
And do you still have all of your text messages with Jade?
I do.
And was that something where y'all were going through your phones, looking at dates, making sure like when she was where, all of those things in that moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Objection, leave.
Okay, she's answered it, so go ahead without leading the question.
And after that day, did you know what contact Ms. Benning had with Mr. Taylor about learning that she was pregnant and then finding out the exact timing of it?
Yes.
And can you describe, did you read any text messages she had? Did you just talk to her about it? Or kind of how did you get information about her talking to him about it?
She sent me screenshots of his response. She called me to kind of tell me that they were going to have a conversation. So I was pretty much in the loop from day one as to what was going on in her pregnancy.
And can you describe, after she met with Mr. Taylor, what was her attitude after speaking with him?
She was very upset, very disappointed. Obviously it wasn't planned, but I think the response that he gave her was not what she was not necessarily looking for, but hoping for, just in terms of a conversation. It seemed more so like he was just not really interested.
Objection, going into a hearsay response. No way she could know that without Jade telling her.
She was not stating his words, Your Honor, which would be hearsay. She was describing.
She described Ms. Benning, here, so go ahead.
Ms. Benning, after she talked to him, you were describing that she was disappointed with his response.
Yes.
What was her outlook and attitude even after speaking with him and getting his response?
I feel like Jay was still very hopeful. She was still like, you know what, like if this is how he's gonna act, then I'm just gonna kind of move forward with my life. Like she definitely had a positive outlook on the situation, although his response was very underwhelming.
Did you have any involvement in the last message that Ms. Benning sent Mr. Taylor?
I did.
In November. And
yes.
Can you describe that?
She was pretty much like, she sent me a text that she was going to send him, basically saying how she was feeling towards the situation, and she sent it to me, and I edited a little bit to kind of be more forward and for her to say what it was that she really wanted to say, and just kind of get her feelings out there regardless of what he was going to say or not.
And did she share with you kind of proof that she sent that message to him?
Yes.
And did he respond?
I don't remember.
Okay. Would that have been close in time to that November 3rd appointment?
Yes.
After she sent that message, are you aware if they talked afterwards in November?
Yes.
And were they talking like on a regular basis, or what do you know about the communication that they had after she sent that text?
The communication between the two of them was very one-sided. Based on the responses that I read, it kind of was in terms of Blaise not really wanting Jay to do certain things, and not like saying he was trying to persuade her not to have the baby, but his response was not in a collaborative effort with wanting to raise the child with her.
And I guess, what was Jay doing about telling other people initially? She told you.
Mm-hmm.
Did she tell anyone else kind of in the beginning, just the first week?
I believe she told her mom, her dad, and I think that's all I remember.
Okay. What was your outlook when she told you that Mr. Taylor didn't want to be involved? What was your outlook, and what were you doing kind of with your relationship with Miss Benny?
I told her that we're sisters at the end of the day. So if I have to be the baby's dad, I was like, we will get through this together. I always reassured her that she's never alone. We were both living alone at that time, and her lease was coming to an end. And I was telling her, you know, if we need to live together, if I need to help you, then I will. I went to the appointment.
Did you guys end up getting a place together, or what ended up happening?
No, unfortunately, she ditched me on that plan, but she moved into a 2-bedroom apartment so Ivy could have her own room, and she was like, you know, you're in school, so she found an apartment that could house the both of them comfortably.
And during that time, kind of after in-November and December and through the holiday, was Miss Benning planning things for that new apartment and moving?
Yes.
Did she share a lot of that information with you by text message, video calls, and phone calls?
Yes.
And then can you describe, did y'all see each other over Christmas?
We did not.
And when the kind of new year began in January, can you describe what happened?
She got word from Blaise, and he reached out to her wanting to talk to her, and she was very like optimistic about what was going to be said, and that is kind of the basis of that whenever the January 1st came around.
And was there a break of time where she had not communicated with him at all?
Yes.
And was that at least 5 to 6 weeks?
Yes.
And you said she was hopeful Do you know if she met with him and saw him?
She did.
And did she see him every day, or can you kind of describe what information did you have about the contact that they had with each other?
From my understanding and from what I was told, like it wasn't every single day, but they were definitely back in communication. Not normal as it was before she found out she was pregnant, but it appeared to be kind of heading in a direction of which, okay, like where we going with this? And she was very like optimistic of the fact that maybe he might actually be coming back around.
And did you try to support her?
I did.
Did you actually want her to, I guess not want her to get back with Mr. Taylor, but were you a little apprehensive?
A little, but I feel like because it made her happy, that ultimately like that made me happy for her.
And did she tell you kind of every time that she saw him after they started talking again in January?
Yes.
And did she give you specific details about that in messages and on phone calls and things like that?
Yes.
And can you describe what all was Jade planning in that January, February time frame as it related to her baby?
We were planning baby showers. Her birthday was coming up, so we were going to have a baby shower in Nashville and one in Little Rock. So we were kind of delegating tasks on who was going to be the coordinator of the Little Rock one and who was going to be the coordinator of the Nashville baby shower.
And were there appointments related to her pregnancy that happened in February?
Yes.
Which I want to back up a little bit. You talked about going to that November 3rd very first appointment with her.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to another appointment with her kind of in the beginning before the end of the year?
Yes.
And was that the November 16th appointment?
Yes.
So January, February, you're planning baby showers. Do you remember when she got her new apartment?
Yes.
And specifically, I guess technically it was a condo, but was it a 2-bedroom versus a 1-bedroom?
2-bedroom.
And was she planning things for the baby's room?
Yes.
Do you remember when she found out if she was having a boy or a girl?
Yes.
And what did she find out?
She was having a girl.
Did you discuss with Miss Benning names and things like that?
Yes.
Were you able to go to that appointment with her?
The February 2nd one, I was not.
And during that time when she went to the appointment, found that out, was she talking to you about kind of what was going on with her and Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
And did you have any information about whether or not he went to that appointment with her?
Yes.
Judge, pause for your second.
Okay, you carry her.
I did not ask her what anyone said. I asked her if she had any information.
There would be no way she would know.
Okay, well, I mean, she's not answered yea or nay, but I'll sustain that, Jeff.
During that time when Jade found out that she was having a baby girl, can you describe what Jade was doing kind of as far as social media and publicizing the fact that she was pregnant and who the father was?
She never did.
Never.
Mm-mm.
And can you explain, do you know why?
Ultimately, based on the conversations with her and Blaise, I think Jade was very apprehensive to share things based on his reaction.
I'm sure Your Honor goes into hearsay.
Judge, I'm trying to get to Ms. Benning's state of mind.
Okay, rephrase your question.
So you said she never was posting to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Was, I guess, based off of your close friendship with her, was she unhappy about the pregnancy or was she happy about it?
She was happy about it.
Did you feel like if circumstances were different, she would have posted to social media?
Yes.
I mean, was that something that she regularly did?
Yes.
Was it unusual that she was not?
Yes.
Did she continue to express kind of happiness and optimism about the baby coming?
Yes.
And can you describe, did she have additional appointments in February that you were aware of?
Yes.
Did you go to any of those? And what was going on with you at that time? So we're kind of in February of 2023. You had moved here to go to Meharry. What was your schedule like and kind of what was going on with you then?
I was a full-time student, so my day consisted of studying, exams, going over test questions, and at that point in time, I was preparing for a really big exam.
And do you know Mr. Keontae Jones?
Yes.
And how do you know him?
He's my classmate.
And in February 2023, did you spend time with him in school studying?
Yes.
Kind of going to that time frame of that Saturday, February 25th, had you been at Jade's apartment earlier that week?
Yes.
And can you describe why you were there and what happened?
I went so she could straighten my hair, and she was showing me around her apartment and just kind of showing me where she was going to put things. We went to the baby's room and she was showing me the things that she had ordered from or got from Facebook Marketplace. The ultrasound was kind of out. It was just giving all things girl mom preparing for a baby.
And you said that Ms. Benning wasn't posting to social media. Would she send messages to you and her other close friends?
Yes.
And did you receive a lot of pictures from Ms. Benning?
I did.
I guess, can you describe them? What type of pregnancy pictures did she typically send you?
She would send pictures at the gym, holding her belly. She would send pictures of her at home, videos, and she was kind of almost like documenting it. Like, she would say how many weeks she was in a couple of videos, and she would like rub on her belly and was just like loving on her.
And that Monday night, or not Monday night, but it was 2 days before this, so that Thursday night you said you went to her apartment, is that right?
Yes.
And y'all walked all around the apartment. And then on that Saturday, February 25th, can you describe what happened that day and kind of how you ended up being over there?
That day, I spent pretty much my entire day at school studying for an exam that I had on Monday. We were just there pretty much until like maybe 6:37, and Jade and I were texting, and she asked me if I had paint, and I was like, no, I don't. I was like, what are you doing with the paint? And she was telling me how she was gonna do a paint night with her and Blaise since they weren't able to hang out the weekend before. And she was saying that she was going to cook dinner, and she asked me what she should cook, and I told her she should make chicken Alfredo. And
is there a reason you suggested that?
Personally, it's my favorite, and if she was going to be cooking for somebody, I was like, you should, cook your best meal.
And at some point, I guess, how did you end up going over there?
It was a very spontaneous whim for me to go there. I was just hanging out with some friends after we were studying in front of campus, and they had ordered food that I didn't want. And so I was like, oh, I'll just go eat at Jade, like just get food from Jade's house. So I called her and I was like, hey, like, what y'all doing? I was like, I'm about to come by and get some food. And she was like, okay. And then I told her that Keontae was going to come with me. And that's how I ended up over there.
And were you planning on going over there and sitting down to eat, or what was the plan?
I just planned on picking it up and leaving, saying hi and bye. I didn't plan on dining in with them.
And on that February 25th of 2023, had you ever met Blaise Taylor?
Not in person.
And describe kind of how that happened. You were with Keontae,
Mm-hmm.
And y'all had been at school.
Yes.
Did you go straight to Jade's?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you do when you got there?
When we got there, we said hi, and Jade started like packing up the food, and she like put the foil on it, put it in a bag, and kind of set it off to the side. And we were just like chit-chatting about what they were gonna paint, and we talked about like going to a concert, and we were laughing at the fact that I didn't know how to play spades. So that was pretty much like the basis of the conversation.
And can you describe Jade's kind of kitchen area when you got there? Was there food out that they were eating, or kind of what was the setup at the point you got there?
When I got there, the food was on the stove. It's kind of packaged. The canvases were kind of off to the side. The island was pretty clear. I didn't, and Jade had a glass of like a pink drink, and Blaise wasn't drinking anything. There was no cup in front of Blaise.
And did you drink anything while you were there?
I didn't drill.
Was that something you brought with you?
I did not.
What was Mr. Taylor doing, and where was he at in the room?
He was sitting beside Jade at the island, and he was engaging with some of the conversations, and he was just shuffling Uno cards the whole time.
Was anybody playing Uno?
No.
But he was shuffling cards.
Mm-hmm.
And did Mr. Jones, did he interact with Mr. Taylor?
Yeah, like ever so slightly. It was kind of like a conversation just in the kitchen.
And do you know approximately how long y'all stayed?
Probably like a little over 15 minutes, like 15 to 30 minutes.
And during that time, did anything seem amiss to you?
Nothing too alarming except the comment he made about his artwork that he was going to make, because the whole basis of this project was to make something for the baby's room.
Hearsay.
It's a statement by the defendant, Your Honor.
Okay, I don't think she's gotten there yet, but do you want to ask about what?
Oh, yes, she does.
He said that he made a comment about the painting he was going to do. What was his comment?
I had asked like what they were going to paint, and Jade was like, I'm going to make something.
Objection, hearsay.
Statement by the defendant.
I think it's unnecessary, so no.
Party opponent. This is
I
a
do
very.
think it goes to Jade's state of mind, Your Honor, but
All right,
Judge.
I'll go over the objection. It goes into, was that comment from Mr. Taylor right after the discussion with the artwork with Ms. Benning?
Yes.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
what did Ms. Benning say she was planning on painting?
She said that she was going to paint something for the baby's room. She didn't know what yet, but she knew that's what she was going to paint, something to hang in Ivy's room. And when I asked Blaise what he was going to paint, he told me he was going to paint a black hole. And I was like, a black hole? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to call it midnight. The further you look, the deeper you'll go. And I was like, okay, But I was like, well, why don't we just add like a little bit of white to the, canvas to make it look a little lively. And that was kind of that. But it was a very dark demeanor about this painting after Jade said that she was going to make something for the baby's room.
And were they actually painting while you were there?
No.
So this was discussions about what we're about to do.
Yes.
And was anything else in this other than the comment that he made about the painting?
Not that I can think of or remember.
And did you get food?
I did.
And did y'all leave?
We did.
And after you left, did you communicate with Jade after you left?
Yes.
And you don't have to tell me what you said, but how did you communicate with her?
I texted her.
And did she respond?
Yes.
And did you have a couple of texts back and forth?
Yes.
And can you describe Jade's demeanor when you left?
She seemed really happy, very excited to spend the rest of the night with Blaise, and probably excited that I was leaving now.
When you left, where did you go?
To Keontae's house.
And what did you do when you got there?
I ate my chicken Alfredo.
And were you planning on hanging out with Mr. Jones all night, or what was your kind of plan for that night?
No, I just stopped by. We were just studying, got food. We were just like hanging out, and I was about to go home.
And did you actually leave Mr. Jones's house?
I did.
Did you stop anywhere before you got home?
Yes.
And where did you stop?
A gas station.
And what, if anything, happened while you were there?
I was pumping gas. And as I was walking back to my car, I get a phone call from Jade. And I answered it, and I was like, hello? Just normal. And she immediately starts saying, what did you do? What did you put in my drink? Then I heard her say, Blaise, you're scaring me. And he was like, you're scaring me. And she was like, I know you put something in my drink. She's like, I knew my drink tasted funny. And she was asking him to empty his pockets. And she was like, let me see what's in your pockets. Let me see. And he was like, I don't have anything. So this whole time I'm like, Jay, like trying to get a response from her. So because I didn't get a response from her, I texted her and I was like, are you talking to me? What's going on? And then she was like, I know you put something in my drink because I can't even walk straight. She was saying that she couldn't feel her legs. And then she said it again. And she was like, you put something in my drink. You did this so something could happen to me.
Give it just a moment. You need Kleenex. I want everybody to be able to hear you, number one, but then let you calm down.
And she's catching her breath. I'm just going to warn you, defense is going to get up and say she was accusing you. Accusing you of putting something in her drink. She called you and accused you.
Okay.
Wait for it. It's going to happen.
Can you repeat the last thing that you heard Jade say?
She said that you did this so something could happen to the baby.
Did she say anything else?
She was saying I'm about to feel like I'm about to pass out. And then like towards the end of the conversation, she was like, is key. And then nothing else.
Like what?
She was like saying, it was very wavy, and she was like, is, I heard is, and I heard with, and I heard key. And so I then merged Keontae on the phone because I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with Jade. Like, something sounds wrong. Like, listen to her. And he's like, Jade, like, I'm here. And at that point, you just really couldn't understand what she was saying anymore.
Miss Jackson, I want to kind of go back at the beginning of the call when you could understand Jade. Can you describe, based off of your experience, how did she sound?
She sounded like very scared. She did not sound like herself. She sounded like she needed help.
Did you say she sounded sounded like she needed help.
Yes.
When she was saying the things that you just testified to, did she say some of those phrases more than once?
Yes.
And you said at the beginning, she said, Blaise, you're scaring me.
Yes.
And you heard him respond. Did he respond to any of the other phrases that she was saying to him?
The only thing he responded to was when she said that he was scaring her. He then said, like, you're scaring me. And then when he was asking her if she had when she was asking if he had anything in his pockets and for him to show her, he was like, I don't have anything. And that was kind of all he said.
So you could hear him on that call?
Yes.
And that's all he said during that whole time that Jade made all of those statements, that she couldn't feel her legs, and she's asking him, what's in your hand? Show me your pockets. What did you put in my drink? I knew my drink tasted funny. He did not provide a response to any of that.
No.
Leading question.
And can you describe that call? Is a 6-minute and 9-second call. Kind of at what point, is it just at the end, those last few words, that you really couldn't understand her?
Yes.
And you said you heard her say kind of 3 words. What were those again?
I heard is, I heard with, and I heard key.
And did you try to connect that to what that could possibly mean?
Yes, I didn't understand what she was saying, but because she sounded so scared and Keontae was just there, we all call him Key. So I was like, okay, like, she's obviously scared, like, she needs him to help her because she's with another man and Keontae is a man. So when I added him on the phone, he's talking to her, and
is she responding at all?
No.
At any time did you think that Jade Benning was saying those phrases to you?
No.
And you heard Mr. Taylor respond, and you heard her say to Blaise, you're scaring me.
Yes.
How did that call end?
The phone hung up.
Did you hang up?
No.
At any point did Mr. Taylor say anything to you?
No.
And what did you do after that line got cut?
I called back.
Did you call back more than once?
Yes.
At some point, and you're calling back Ms. Benning's phone, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you have Blaise Taylor's phone to call him?
No.
At some point, was her phone answered?
Yes.
And who answered it when you called back?
Blaise.
And can you describe what was said in that phone call?
I answered the phone, and he answered the phone, and I was like, Blaise, like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, FaceTime me. Like, let me see her. And he doesn't FaceTime me, but he tells me that he's about to call 911.
Did you ask him several times to FaceTime you?
Yes.
And you said that you asked him what was going on. Did he answer you?
He just kept saying, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you remember him saying anything else on that call?
There was a point where he asked me if she had an EpiPen.
Did that make any sense to you?
Not at all.
Did Jade have any allergies?
Not to my knowledge.
And at that moment, can you describe, do you know what's actually going on with Jade?
No.
So what do you do?
After Blaise tells me that he's calling 911, he's like, I gotta go, like I'm calling 911, the phone disconnects again. That was not on me. And then I called Jade's mother.
And Ms. Jackson, do you remember, was Keontae Jones on that second call? Do you remember that specifically? And when I say second call, the call where you called her and Blaise Taylor answered?
Yes.
And do you remember if Keontae said anything to him or if he said anything back?
He was asking him, what did he do?
And you said that call got disconnected, but not by you?
Yes.
And then you immediately called Jade Benning's mother?
Yes.
And were you still at the gas station, or what were you doing?
I was on the interstate trying to get to Jade's apartment.
And did you make it to Jade's apartment?
Yes.
And can you describe when you got there, what was going on?
When I pulled up, the ambulance was already outside. Jade was already in the truck. Her head was to the side. And they were doing CPR. So I'm still on the phone with Bridget at this point, and I'm trying to give her something, but I can't see her face. She's just really pale. She still has on the pajamas that she was wearing when I left. And Blaise is going back and forth, and I'm just like, what happened? What happened? And then the EMT comes around and tells me that we all need to go to Vanderbilt.
Could you tell if Jade Benning was conscious?
No.
Did she look conscious?
No.
And you said that you saw Mr. Taylor going back and forth. Can you describe what was his demeanor like when you saw him by the ambulance outside?
It was just like very anxious, kind of panicky, but he couldn't answer. He couldn't tell me what was going on, what was said. Like, I had no idea what he even called 911 and said at this point in time. And when they tell us to leave, then we both leave and meet them at the ER.
So he didn't tell you anything that happened?
No.
After you left?
No.
And do you drive to the ER?
Yes.
Do you see him again?
Yes.
And can you describe that?
I see him again in the parking lot when we get to the ER. And when we walk into checking in at the hospital, again, I'm still on the phone with Jade's mom. And we go to the check-in, and they're asking, who are we here to see? I say Jade Benning, and they ask what's her date of birth. But they were asking our relation to the patient, and I said that's my best friend. And he told them that this was his girlfriend. And I had never heard that before. And so at this point, I'm very, very confused. I'm still trying to process and understand what I just heard on the phone. So then they asked for the patient's birthday. And since this is your girlfriend, tell her Jade's birthday. And he couldn't tell them her birthday. So I then provided that information for them.
Did he tell them anything about what happened?
The check-in?
Yes.
No.
But you said he referred to her as his girlfriend.
Yes.
Did you believe them to be in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship?
No.
And you ever heard anything about that?
No.
What was his kind of demeanor like to you? Was he kind of leaning on you for comfort, asking you things about Jade, or what was going on? What was he saying?
Possible objection.
Your objection.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
This is the
I
demeanor.
had a compound question there. You're asking this young lady what was Mr. Taylor's demeanor?
Yes, what was his demeanor and was he
She
saying?
can answer that.
Thank you.
What was his demeanor? It was not looking for comfort. It was almost like he was just trying to figure out what was going on, but not necessarily.
Okay, by demeanor, she's talking about emotions or quiet, not what your interpretation of.
Okay, was not crying. His demeanor was very calm per se, but more in terms of like trying to figure out what was going on, but not about the status of Jade's.
Objection, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll sustain the objection. What's your next question?
Was he asking questions of the people at the hospital?
I don't know.
You don't remember him asking them anything?
No.
What were you doing?
Trying to get some answers as to what just happened, what was Jade's state. I had nothing. So I was in the room, we were in a room in the hospital, and I was just trying to figure out what was going on.
Did you provide the hospital staff with identifying information about Jade?
Yes.
Did they ask you questions about her?
Yes.
And did you provide them with information about kind of her pregnancy and things like that?
Yes.
And you said that you were in a room with Mr. Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anybody else in that room?
Not at that time.
And did you speak to him again?
Yes.
And kind of what were you saying and what was his response?
I was asking him what was going on, like what happened. He kind of wasn't really giving me anything. He kind of explained a little bit like that she just didn't feel good. And at this point, Keontae then calls again and he's asking what's going on. And I'm obviously very flustered and upset. And Keontae then asks to speak to Blaise.
And did you give the phone to Keontae?
Yes. Well, to Blaise.
Can you describe, you said that Mr. Taylor said that Ms. Benning wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything specific he said about that?
He said that she felt woozy. He said that she felt woozy and needed to lie down.
And that term woozy, was that something that was familiar to you?
No.
Is that something that Jade had she ever used that word?
No.
Did he say anything else about what happened?
He said that they danced, that they ate, they played games, and then they painted, and then she felt woozy and she needed to lie down, and that she threw up.
At what point, kind of in the progression of events that night, did he say that she threw up?
When other hospital staff came in and they were basically asking both of us kind of what happened from each of our perspectives, and when he's explaining it to someone, he then adds that in there. But I had known that she had thrown up prior to that statement.
Was that the first time you ever heard him say that?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you had asked him a multitude of times what happened?
Yes.
And so you're present when
What's
he's
the
telling
judge
the
doing with
hospital
his
staff
hands?
about what happened.
Yes.
Does he ever tell them what you heard
What's he
Jade
doing?
say
Is
to
he fidgeting?
him on that phone call?
No.
At some point, did you tell him?
I did.
And was he there when you told him?
Yes.
What, if anything, did he say when you told them what Jade said to you?
He started talking over me and then says, "You act like you care about her more than I do, and that's the mother of my child."
Can Can you explain what did that statement mean to you based off of what you knew?
Can you ask that one more time?
That statement, was that a normal statement or an unusual statement?
Unusual.
I'm gonna object. She's already stated she doesn't know Mr. Taylor. This was the first time she met him.
Okay. Do you want to rephrase your question? Because I know that I understood that.
Had you ever heard him say that before?
No.
Did you find that to be, I guess, can you describe what did you think when he said that?
Objection, irrelevant.
Care to be heard on the relevance.
Yes, Your Honor. I think the context of their relationship, his state of mind, I think that it's relevant.
But you're
You
asking
can
her
answer
to
it.
interpret that. I'll sustain the objection.
What did you do at that point?
At that point, I tried to stay away from him as much as I could because that upset me.
Why did it upset you?
Because she's my best friend, and that didn't matter about the relationship. Like, we should be focusing on her health and the baby's health, not about who was closer to her in that moment.
Did you tell multiple people at the hospital about what Jade said on that phone call to him?
Yes.
And at some point, did police officers arrive?
Yes.
And did you speak with them?
Yes.
And did you speak with multiple officers?
Yes.
Did you tell them about the phone call?
Yes.
And at some point, did a detective show up?
Yes.
And did you meet with him?
Yes.
And was that separate from Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
And did you give him a statement about everything that Jade said to him on that call that you heard?
Yes.
And at some point that night, did you leave the hospital?
Yes.
And can you describe when did you do that?
Maybe around 2 a.m.
And what, if anything, did you do?
I left and went home and was trying to make sense of what I just heard.
At any point, did you see Mr. Keontae Jones again that night?
Yes.
And can you describe that?
He picked me up. I was telling him that I just felt uncomfortable because at this point it was just Blaise and I and a couple of other people, and I just didn't want to be there anymore. So I asked him to come and pick me up.
And can you describe, did anyone else that knew Jade show up at the hospital before you left?
Yes.
And who showed up?
Lauren and Natalie.
And did you know them?
Yes.
How did you know them?
I met them through Jade. They were her coworkers.
At some point, did you go back to Jade's apartment?
Yes.
And when did you do that?
Maybe a day or so after.
And did you go by yourself or did you go with other people?
Other people.
Your Honor, may I have permission to publish a portion of Exhibit 14 to this witness?
Supposed to toss of your computer? Or the, okay.
Your Honor, for the record, I'm publishing video 1 from Exhibit 14. Mr. Jackson, do you recognize what's shown in this video?
Yes.
And what is that?
Jade's kitchen, and it's the dinner that she made that night.
Got some Tupperware.
And
leftovers.
Do you remember why y'all were videoing this?
Because I was very adamant on going to her apartment because I had just seen her an hour prior to this phone call. So I wanted to see if there was something happened, if there was any sign of struggle, or kind of what happened here.
And this video, is that exactly the way that it looked when you left?
No.
And now I am showing video
What's
number
different?
4. I'm sorry, I'm going to
Judge asks a follow-up.
Okay.
I'm showing video number 4.
Judge wants to know what's
You
different about
recognize
it.
this?
Yes.
And specifically, is there anything about this video that stood out to you?
The camera and the blinds.
And explain what you mean by that.
Every time that I've been at Jade's apartment, that white camera has been in her kitchen area. So I was very concerned as to why it was moved in her bedroom. Jade also lived on the first floor, so I was confused as to why her blinds were up and the camera was facing outward. She kept the camera in the the kitchen, because the front door was right there. So this was very alarming because Jade would never leave her blinds up like that, especially at night with the camera moved away from, can't see anything there.
Had you ever seen the camera in that location at this apartment or even her previous apartment?
No.
I am going to go back to video number 1. Ms. Jackson, can you describe where is it that camera normally would be?
To the right of the Happiness is Homemade sign.
And if you touch that monitor in front of you, it will actually make a mark, so you can mark this specific spot that you're referring to.
Right here?
Mhm.
Oh. Oh, my bad.
You need to redo it.
Is that where it was when you had been there earlier?
Yes.
And so when you were there earlier that night, the camera was right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you came back, it was in the bedroom.
Yes.
Can you describe what, if anything, did you do related to that camera and the blinds that we just saw in her bedroom?
I moved the camera back to where it was, and I put the blinds back down.
So you moved the camera and put it back
Where?
to that spot, right by the stove.
Yes.
And why did you do that?
Because I was not sure if Blaise had an extra key or not. He did help her move in, and it was supposed to be in front of the door in case if something happened you could see. And so I put it back there because I was not sure if he were to have come back or not.
Did you have any idea if that camera was connected and recording?
I was under the impression that it was.
And I want to show you now.
So she moved it back.
5 and Exhibit 14.
This is
Can you describe
after.
What, if anything, did you notice about this area of Miss Benning's bedroom?
I noticed the staining on her comforter and that her covers were kind of messed up from the bottom half and not the foot of the bed and not the head of the bed.
Was that generally how she would leave her bedroom?
No.
And you were referring to that stain,
Yes.
and you've already testified that at some point at the hospital, Mr. Taylor said she threw up.
Yes.
When you saw that stain, does that look like throw up to you?
Not necessarily to me. I don't know what that looks
Your
like.
Honor, I'm going to interject as she is not a medical professional to determine.
Okay, she said she's not.
Objection
sure
number
what that was.
36.
Is that something that stood out to you?
Yes,
And why?
because Jay wouldn't have her comforter dirty, and Blaise had already told me that she threw up.
Did you do anything to try to locate evidence of throw up?
Yes, I looked in the trash can, I looked in the washer and dryer, any nook and cranny around her apartment to see where this throw up was.
And did you find any evidence of it?
No.
Can you describe the pictures kind of that were taken of the trash can? Were you there when all of that was done?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would like to show this witness a photograph from Exhibit 14.
All right.
Okay, we have to hurry and be done soon.
This is the fourth photograph, which I believe is 14. I don't know if it's labeled as a collective exhibit, but it would be 14D if we were doing it that way. Ms. Jackson, did anything stand out to you about this picture?
I did think that the pink lemonade did stand out to me because that was the color of the drink that she was drinking when I was there the first time.
And the fifth picture, can you describe what's shown here?
It looks like food that wasn't eaten, like left over on the plate or something.
Did that stand out to you as being unusual?
No.
Were you looking for, I guess, what, if anything, were you looking for?
I was looking for the color that was on the comforter, that pinkish color, and I was looking for the food to be a little bit more grounded, I guess, like she had already ate it. So I was looking for food that was not in whole pieces, like I see here.
So when you saw that, you were checking to see if that was throw up?
Yes.
And what was your determination?
It was not.
Did you find any evidence outside of what was on that comforter?
No, not that I recall.
And were you there when that comforter was bagged up?
Yes.
Did anybody touch it with anything other than gloved hands to put it in that bag?
No.
And can you, I want to kind of go back. That was, I guess, a day after. Can you describe at the hospital? Did you go back to the hospital?
Yes.
And who, if anybody, was there in those days that followed?
All of our family and friends.
And can you describe, are you close with Miss Bidding's family?
Yes.
And describe your relationship with her mother, Bridget.
She's like a second mom to me. So we kind of just leaned on each other that whole week, trying to understand something that didn't make sense.
And did Mr. Jones come back to the hospital?
Yes.
And were you there on March 6th?
Yes.
And can you describe what happened on that day?
I went to Dollar Tree. I went and got balloons and cupcakes from Kroger. I brought them to the hospital. And we all sang happy birthday because that was Jade's, would have been her 25th birthday. They told us that she was brain dead that day. There was no active brain activity. And ultimately, Jade died on her, what would have been her 25th birthday.
Oh, man. That's the sort of note you leave in the jury's mind overnight. Let's see if that's where they stop.
Mr. Jackson, I'm going to switch topics a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to have to
Prior
pause.
to Jade learning that she was pregnant, that November 2nd, November 3rd of 2022, prior to that, did Miss Benning, did she drink alcohol?
Yes.
Did she ever get drunk in her life?
Yes.
And was that something that happened on a daily occurrence, or was it sporadic?
Sporadic.
And did she use any other substances?
She smokes marijuana.
Did you know, did you know of her using any other substance other than marijuana?
Mushrooms a time or two.
Was that something that she did on a frequent basis?
No.
And can you describe, once Miss Benning found out she was pregnant, which let me kind of go back, are those the only two substances other than alcohol that you've ever heard of her using?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of her using cocaine or even talking about it?
No.
After she found out she was pregnant, can you describe what, if anything, did she have to drink that was an alcoholic beverage?
She never drank alcohol again.
And what, if anything, did she ever smoke marijuana or have used marijuana in any way?
No.
Can you describe kind of her lifestyle about health after she found out about the baby?
It drastically changed. She would let me know when she would take her prenatals. She was doing light workouts, was definitely changing her diet and eating habits and drinking a lot of water.
All right, sorry about that. I have to stop because I need to run. I need to go. We're going to pick up and get that part tomorrow morning while we continue the case tomorrow. So we'll catch up and get that little piece moving forward. Just remember, we got right through the prenatals, and that's where we're going to go. So I've got to go do my TED Talk, and I've got to back up all this stuff that's right there. Just hope there's no verdict in Alaska. So, because we can't go live anymore while I'm gone. All right, that's all. I wear multiple hats. I do. It's been a busy week. Thank you all for being here. They must be minutes from. I know they're so close. I thought they'd be done by 6, but here it is 6:10. They're still going. Just going into new areas. Early start. We'll have to do an early start so we can catch up with a couple minutes we've missed this evening, and then we'll be caught up again tomorrow before lunch. So, or by after. So. All right. Thanks for all your advice. I'm going to say bruh a lot and cuz. I forget. I'm going to call them bruh. We're going to do 6, 7. We're going to do all the things. I'm going to really connect with these youths. All right. You guys are amazing. Tonight you go home. Please hug the people you love. Smile at someone. Make their day just a little bit better. And please stay safe. So we go live again in tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Y'all are amazing. Thank you to my wonderful mods. Thank you. We'll be up tomorrow 9:30 at the latest. That'll give us half an hour before court starts. So, bet. No cap. Okay, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye. Happy birthday, Amber.